Pave now.
Yes. All right, hello everyone. This is Dice of the Round Table, and this is going to be the Fan Wolf Adventure Part 2. And to start things off, I'm going to offer inspiration to anyone that is willing to kind of give a recap of what happened to the first part.
Won't be me.
Any takers?
Well, and I'll take any input from the group to help so we have group inspiration. But there again, as our intrepid adventurers start off on their trek through the woods towards town, they camp out. They have setting up camp. They go ahead, set up their watch. They had these ravens flying about, crows. We have Willow that gets hungry and thinks that the crow would be a good roast. And about the time that that Grex was going to go ahead and pull his bow and shoot one, our friendly tree-hugging druid turns into one and flies on up there. So Grex can't tell the difference, so he holds himself. And so the Willow goes and draws up the firewood for a campfire. Grex pulls up a nice limb to sleep and to rest on because he had second watch. And the rest were settling in for the evening, filling up their packs with the fruits and nuts and berries that were around there into their packs and getting a dinner. And then the next thing we know, I have a crow that turns into our friendly druid, wakes Grexon up, and because he sees this strange event of the animals running for their lives out away from the woods, and the trees start withering, the grass starts turning brown and dying, and so he wakes up Grex, and Grex goes down and slowly wakes everybody else, trying to keep them quiet. And from there we come in episode of where we start force marching through the night to get to town. We see dead bear that's bloated. We found a lot of our stores to be rotten, and we had a couple of fearless adventurers that were so hungry they delved into their pack and ate anyways. We come upon the fields of the town, outside down there, a home. We go on in, and everything is rotting and decaying at a faster rate than normal. And our fearless cleric gets attacked and bit by a rabid, we don't know what.
Person?
Yeah, well, you could claim that she was a person, but I don't know. She was weird. And then we run away from her after I think we bounced her around a little bit so we could get out of the building. And then we headed to town, and we found a town of zombies saying that they were hungry and we looked tasty. And hence they went to try to bite and lunch upon some of the other members, and I think that's when Grex slew one that had his mouth open thinking he was going to be the first one at the dinner table, and hence I think that brings us close to the point that we left.
Yes, you did. Right. But just so you know, something that is a little bit important is that you did find a body in the fields by the trail when you were walking in.
Oh, that is right. We did find some decayed remains.
Yes, and your monk was so trusting of it that he touched it with his flute staff.
I did.
All right, so we are going And first, good job, Charles. It was a lot of information that I guess not a lot of the others were quite remembering as well.
Not
But-
bad for an old man.
That's pretty dang good.
So, point of inspiration to you.
I'll ask the DM. Can we use it as a group inspiration? If someone else in the group goes ahead, because it was all a group effort to start with, and if someone really needs it for something exceptional to save them from expiration dates too soon, can we go ahead and do that?
Yes, if you wanted to give it to someone for one of their roles, you can.
Oh, you're so cute, Charles.
Well, beauty's not everything, but there again, having enough bodies to protect me so I can shoot arrows is a very good thing. A party.
That's a real team player.
All right, so we are going to start off in actually a story before, in the same town that you are in now, the town of Uthengale. We're going to start off with a man in just simple clothes, simple pants, a dirty vest, and a overly worn shirt. You see him walking in the middle of the night, a drink in his hand, and you can see that the drink feels very comfortable there. Well, it's rare to see this man without a drink. And hanging on his belt is a crossbow. On this crossbow, almost looks a little bit plain, except for the stock. On the stock, you can see worn runes. You can see that the crossbow has been used many a time. So on the night, 2 nights before you entered the town, this man is almost sneaking on the backsides of all of the town houses, trying to keep out of sight until he gets to the building where he wants to go in. There he slowly opens the door and walks in. Sitting around a table are 4 people, but standing is 1 person. He stands there almost like their leader. This man, the leader, walks over to this other man with the crossbow, and he says, "Are you sure you weren't followed?" The man nods. And from there, he is offered a chair. The man denies one to always be working and standing. So everyone starts arguing almost immediately as a town council in secret. These people, a little bit known to everyone else, have been marked by the Ravens. And of course, those that have been marked, well, they are said to be doomed to die to the Famine Wolf, and are expected to be sent out to meet their fate. But, like most people, they are not for it. So after a night's discussion of greed and pain, they tell the man that each of them will pay 25 gold for this man to take care of the Famine Wolf with his trusty crossbow. And 25 gold, that is not a small sum, especially when you have 5 people paying you the same amount. So, of course, he agrees. I mean, it's nothing bad, it's just killing a wolf, especially from a distance with a crossbow. So he thinks, yes, easy gold, and until it happens I get to drink all I want. So, after a week of flourishing, he goes out to meet this famine wolf, this fable of a creature. And just like you descended down the hill, the famine wolf starts walking down the hill, eager for its meal. The man sees it and almost gets startled by just the sheer size of this creature. And he collects himself momentarily, knowing, no, it's just a wolf. You shoot a wolf, it dies. So with one final drink, he tosses his bottle to the side, grabs onto his trusty crossbow, raises it up, aims dead at the wolf, and fires. And just like hundreds of times before, it hit its mark. But for the first time ever, what he shot did not drop, but instead started to take off, running after him. The man, now startled, starts to turn and run as he's rapidly pulling back the string of this crossbow. As he runs into the fields, he turns around just in time to see the wolf is upon him. And that is where we will cut that. And I don't know if you guys remember where you came in the fields. There was a man that was chewed almost in half by a wolf.
Yeah.
But if you remember, you did not find a crossbow. So we will see where that comes into play tonight.
All right.
Was he paid before he killed it?
Well, that's something you will have to also find out tonight as well. So, if you guys remember correctly, as I know Charles said, the guy that came up that he claims was going to bite one of you, if I remember correctly, the druid, is now laying dead at your feet. And the townspeople were not too happy about that, as you can imagine.
So Zune is going to look back at Charles kind of angry, not really angry, just kind of like a why would you do that kind of thing after he shot the guy. And Zune is going to take the shape of a bear, hoping to create some kind of panic or intimidation in the people that are in front of him to try and get them to either A, create a distraction for the rest of the party to run, or B, kind of scare them back to, get them to back up a little bit and give us time to figure out what's going to happen.
All right. So, as a lot of you have seen before, you see your druid friend, the elf, Zune, turn into a creature. But something's a little bit off this time as he turns into this bear. Just like all the other creatures, you see when he turns into the bear, there's almost sores and patches of fur missing. You see giant cysts on the pelt of him.
I comment on his pretty terrifying form. It seems very placed for what he needs to accomplish.
Do you need me to cauterize those sores?
Grex will holler at the crowd, "Don't eat him! Don't eat him! He's plagued! He's plagued! He's got the mange!"
Well, I think that the druid's appearance is going to add to his intimidation. So I'm like, that's a very wise thing to do.
Yeah,
He
so
probably did it on purpose, yeah.
Zune's going to shoot a look back at the party, not really noticing his appearance. He wouldn't know that he looks like that. So he looks back at them, and if you've seen a bear, you could probably tell. You could see his facial expressions. As you see what would be Zun's eyebrows kind of narrow in a questioning look, and he looks down at his fur, and he sees it, and he's a little surprised. It's not something he was expecting, but nonetheless, he turns back towards the crowd, comes up on his legs, and just lets out a huge roar in their direction, hoping to get some kind of reaction out of them.
All right. Would you like to roll intimidation?
I would love to.
I feel
First roll of the
for the
game.
bear. I feel sorry for him.
That's going to be an 11.
All right. So let me just do another roll. Okay, so you see the people, once you stand up on your hind legs, start to back off, almost weary. But you notice that the roar didn't come out quite as powerful as you're used to, almost like your throat is just burning and hurting. You can feel that the sickness is definitely affecting you. That you're just, when you try to connect with nature to turn into this bear, almost like it affects you both physically on the outside and medically on the inside.
Okay.
So with a rasp of a roar, the people all start to back away. I mean, it's a bear. Nonetheless, they're always going to back away from a bear. So the people start to back away, and then some of them start to bend over and actually start picking up rocks off the ground. And then some of them start to let them fly.
Oh no, man.
Great.
No.
How many people are there?
Roughly about 20, maybe 25 people now.
Okay, and they're all looking the zombie-eyes, sick, plagued.
Yes, very much so.
Okay. Do we see an opening between our plague druid and the crowd to the road headed out of town to the next town?
No, it looks like they were blocking that off.
Oh, those poor bastards.
Could I climb on a house? Like, is there some way I could get on a roof?
You might take a little bit of fire if you kind of just start running away, but so you might want to roll a stealth.
I can do that.
The rogue says, "Yes, please."
I'm waiting,
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
blood,
please.
I'm waiting for her bloodthirstiness to come out like it did last time.
No, 19. I am stealthily.
Yes, you
moving.
are. All right, so you are able to run to one of the buildings. So make a athletics check to climb as you will.
Can I have acrobatics, because I don't really need that much strength? I just try to find stuff to step on and leap up, maybe?
Well, athletics is to go up, and then
Okay.
acrobatics is to fall down.
Okay. I'll do that. 14.
All right, you pass that. Easy enough. All right, so how far up this building do you go?
Is it like a little house, or is it like a tall house?
It's 2 stories tall, but the second story, it's very easy to climb into that because it almost looks like the wood has rotted away and a hole has kind of just collapsed in.
Yeah, then I want to go all the way up.
Okay, so you go all the way up. You are able to get inside. Are you going to go to one of the broken windows, or are you going to stay on the outside?
I wanted to stay on the outside so I don't get kind of like chewed on and I can overlook everything.
All right, sounds good. All right, so all these people are just picking up stones and throwing it at the druid. The druid, with its thick skin, isn't really feeling a lot of what's happening. I mean, as the stones just bounce off of you, these people are very weak and hungry. But may I have the bear's AC?
Yeah, 1 second. Let me get the monster manual.
Alrighty.
While that's going on, Grex, since he had the rear, will move up to the cleric and cast Lesser Restoration on the cleric and say, in the name of Mandrilla, Gildermeth,
That is going to be...
law, protection, war. He shall heal you, sinner. Come to the light and be healed.
This all sounds good, but I don't think Lesser Restoration is going to heal me.
And he'll go ahead and cast Lesser Restoration on him, touch him, and cure disease. If it's disease, if it's poison, then you'll have to try poison next time.
Alright, so you... Black Bear AC 11. Oh, okay. Alright, so the Black Bear's AC is 11. Alright, so as all of these rocks are being thrown and a healing is going on in the background, a white streak appears out of nowhere and strikes the bear on the chest.
Ooh. Nasty.
Alright, let me... And from it, you take 7 damage.
Okay.
And then as you look down, you see that it almost looks like a bolt just jutting out of your chest.
Can I see who shot it from like my higher position?
Yeah, make a perception roll.
Get him, Willow.
22.
Could I have used my reaction to actually deflect missiles on him, since I'm standing right next to him?
Alright, go right ahead.
So, what we have here is utter badassitude.
I like the sound of that.
So he takes 22 less damage.
Alright, so, you see the druid the bear standing up, and instead of it going straight into his chest, you see our monk friend snatch it right out of the air.
Okay, I'll spend a key point and throw it back to whoever shot it.
I tell him who shot it.
Yes, and as you are looking for the person that shot it, well, you see that it almost looks like a teenage boy.
Oh, no.
14-year-old. No more than 14 years old.
As I see who it is, instead of, I'm like right in the midst of throw, but I just snap the bolt and tell him, don't you do that again.
Wuss.
So how I didn't take any damage, right?
No, you did not.
Okay.
I can't shoot I can't throw an arrow at a teenage kid. Even if he made a bad decision, I'm just like, don't you do that again.
He'll make it his last bad decision.
I would like to pull out my bow, just in case.
Alright, and I guess, what are you going to do with your bow? Just going to aim at someone, or are you just going to have it in the ready?
I'm just going to have it ready.
Alright, so you and Afro Jack both see this kid actually starting to back away, and as he does, you see him just grab onto the string of the crossbow and yank it back.
Okay.
The druid's going to transform back. I'm going to go back into my true self.
Alright, and as you do, you see that the sores start to recess a little bit, but they do not go all the way back to just normal flesh.
So my body is still affected a little bit. Okay.
And just to make this clear, none of you saw this kid put a bolt inside of the crossbow, but again, he is aiming it up now at Afro Jack.
Bring it.
It's probably a pretty nice crossbow.
Yeah, sounds it.
Could I try to shoot that crossbow out of his hands?
Ah, that's awesome.
You're not aiming at the kid, but aiming at the crossbow, maybe? Or at his hands? I don't know.
You know what? Let's do it. If you beat his AC, you are going to. If you beat his AC, but then don't beat kind of like the DC to knock out of his hands, you are going to hit him. Because this is kind of a risky shot.
I would do that. I mean, he did shoot at us, right?
There comes that bloodthirstiness. I love it.
Crazy ass ranger.
Hey, battle worn. You know, he gets shot enough.
17?
All right, you are able to shoot the crossbow, and you see he drops it, and you see him kind of back up. But then,
How far in the crowd is he? Is he in the front or is he in the back?
oh, he's definitely in the back. And someone sees you. They kind of look up at you, and instead of just throwing the rock at the druid, they now throw it at you all the way up there. But you see that he is not nearly strong enough from lack of hunger. So when he tosses it, it kind of just sails a little bit up and drops onto the ground way below you.
I stick my tongue out at him.
Cool.
All right. So, what are you guys going to do? You have people throwing rocks at you.
I say we do a hasty withdrawal.
You said that there was a building made completely of stone, right?
Yes, it is on the other side of them. That is where a lot of them came out of.
Oh, man. All right. As the druid looks around, he's going to look to see if there's any building that we can get to immediately that might look like it could afford us some type of temporary protection, some place we can kind of lock ourselves in for a minute at least.
There is one where the first story is stone. It looks like there is a hole in it where people could climb through, but the door is completely eaten away.
I could put a wall of fire in front of the door.
Well, I was going to do that right now in front of the people,
Oh, it only lasts a minute, but
but I don't want to kill anybody.
Yeah.
If we were to sprint, well, we can't sprint away because Willow's up in the tower.
We got to get on the other side of these guys to get to that other road.
Yeah, we got to get through, but there's 20 of them and 5 of us.
A couple sacred flames around them. We clean them on up.
well, we could put a wall of fire. If they choose to run into the wall, that's up to them. But we could put up a wall just to stop them, to give us the range to get around.
We could put up 2 walls of fire next to each other and then sprint past it.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, and just so you guys know, they are now just completely pelting you with rocks, and one of them actually strikes Grex in the face.
Oh. How many points does Grex take?
5 points as it hits you in the cheek and actually draws blood.
Oh, that's it.
Wrong guy to throw a rock at, man.
He pulls some mirror off his shoulder, notches an arrow, and since they're all throwing,
Zoom's going to turn around and yell no and have his hand up at you. Don't shoot.
and he's going to go ahead and he's going to loosen at least one shot off, And that little snot of a kid, is he still standing
Um,
towards the back?
he kind of he's hiding behind some people. You can't
Is
really
he?
see him well.
Okay, the person that he's hiding behind, that's who Grex is going to target.
All right. All right, make an attack roll.
And I think that'll probably miss. But that'll be an 11.
All right, that hits. These are just town people wearing nothing but
And they're all damaged, right?
what?
They're all damaged, right?
Yes, they are.
All right, good. He's going to use his Colossus Slayer along with his.
It's going all out on this.
Really?
Poor commoner's just like doomed because of this reindeer. He's just like, I'm gonna murder all of you. How dare you hit me with a stone?
No remorse. No remorse.
Uh-uh.
No, he's battle hardened. That's how that works.
That'll be 14 points of damage.
All right, so you see, Grex loose an arrow right past Zune, and as it passes Zune, Zune starts to turn around, and as he looks, he just catches one glimpse of a man as he falls to the floor, into the ground, dead.
I'm just like,
All right. At
what
this
the
point,
hell's wrong with you, man?
Zune's gonna put both hands up in front of him and kind of turn, and he's gonna put up this wall of fire in between him and the people, and kind of looks to Malden to see if Malden will, take a hint to do the same thing. And so I'm going to do that. Zoom's going to do that, and he's also going to look up at Willow to try and kind of nod his head to come, get down here.
Yeah, I'll extend the wall in whatever way lets us make a safe passage to a building.
Yeah, that's what I would do first. I would look for a way that is the best to get out of here.
All right, you can with a simple acrobatics check, you can climb down pretty easily. I mean, it's a destroyed building, plenty of handholds.
Yeah, but I mean like a way we can run now.
Oh,
Like the
okay. From
streets.
there, if you wanted to do the building with the stone, but that might be your best bet to hold them off at the door, or to there is also another building, but from the front it looks all right. You can see that one of the walls looks a little bit weaker, but the door is mostly there, but the windows are broken as well.
Oh, we didn't want to leave the city? I thought we were heading for the next one.
Yeah, we're running away from here.
Yeah.
Oh, I
So
thought
I
you
don't
were
need
looking
any
for a,
building.
building. Sorry.
I thought
I have a
somebody had said
question.
to run to a building too, and I was wondering why, but I was going with it because I'm flexible.
Yeah.
I have a question though. If these people are in a group, would you say that they are all within a 20-foot diameter?
No, they would be probably about 35.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
35. Maybe a few
wall of fame it
stragglers.
is.
They still throwing stones?
Actually, now that you mention it, there are a few stones going through, but something that disturbs all of you is, well, I'm just going to say it this way. I need our two people with firewalls to roll damage.
Oh no.
Barbecue.
Why are you running into the wall?
Roll damage. Okay, so
5d8.
5d8.
Disease simply eats their brains as well.
Yeah,
Wherever the druid is going, I am going as well. He is my source of protein. I want
Oh my
eggs.
god.
24.
I rolled 5d8 and got 6 damage.
Oh,
Wow. I got
Yeah.
24, so
Was it
you can average.
three ones? No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 damage. Excuse me.
all right.
So
So
3 1s, a 2, and a 3.
you see that maybe about 5 or 6 people ran through Zune's wall, as it looked a little bit weaker than the other. But as they come out, you see that they are burnt from head to toe, but all of them carrying different weapons or rocks. They look almost mad, crazed. But Malden, you see only about 2 or 3 people have run through your wall, but they do not make it all the way through. They are burnt to a crisp, and their corpses fall onto the other side of the wall.
As they're dying, I yell, "Sorry, I didn't mean to kill you."
All right, so there
Oh wait,
are.
the wall says that anybody in the area is supposed to make a Dex saving throw.
Oh, and take half damage?
Or take 5d8, half as much on a successful save. And then when they go through, they take another 5d8.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so they all didn't even really care to try to avoid any of the damage. They just ran right through. So if they take that damage twice,
So
mathematically
that
they will all die, even if you roll minimum damage next time.
Okay.
All right, so you see all these people running through, about 8 or 9 in total, and all of them are burnt to a crisp. Some of them even before they get to the wall.
Why? Why did they do that? Like,
They're hungry.
Zune's going to turn and just yell run to everybody.
Yeah, it sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, did I now see a passage we can take from above or not?
Well, you can either try to duck into an alleyway and then go into the fields, but the fields are about knee-high, same disgusting mesh. Or you can try to backtrack and then just avoid the town altogether. But as you are looking back, you see the woman that bit our cleric friend is hiding, kind of just waiting for you all. She's just looking at you, following you.
How far back is she?
Well, this is Willow seeing it, but she
okay.
is about 50 feet back away from everyone.
Oh, what a creeper. I would just, with the acrobatics check, climb down. That is the 13.
All right.
And I would say we shouldn't go that way. We should use another way. Like, not the way where the woman is.
Anyone have a sleep spell? Guess
No,
that's
I
a
think
no.
that probably would have been the smartest thing.
On these buildings.
Yes.
With Grex taking a look around his kill zone, in the way that they're lined on up, are they right next to each other, or are there little avenues in and around?
There's about 10 feet between each of them.
About 10 feet between each of them.
Yes.
Okay, and the majority of them are made out of timber, right?
Yes.
Now, is there a line of them that could take us, if we went through their walls, up past the crew here with our mighty monk knocking holes through this decrepit, rotten wood, so we could go from the buildings, use the buildings as a shield, and just dart on up through each one? Past them.
You would be able to go. You would need. All right. Well, there's about 10 feet in between each one. So if you were to knock one, you might be able to jump to the other and climb through a window.
Sound like a plan, guys? And it depends on our monk's ability. I know he seems to be a little wobbly, but I think he's mighty.
I think I'll be all right.
Well, Zune says we don't have time. We need to make moves now, so let's go. As he's, he's holding the wall up as long as he can. I think he can only hold it for a minute, so
Yeah.
Yes, and it's been about 20 seconds right
So
now.
We need to make a decision right now as to where we're going.
Greg's going to put his hand up in the air and say, do a circle up motion to everybody, and then we'll point to the nearest house, and we'll go through that way, and the mighty monk will lead us.
Okay,
Sounds
so
good.
I do the whole Bruce Lee, well, not Bruce Lee, but Enter the Dragon, oi, and fly through the air and kick a window in. I have a
All
15,
right.
so
All
I
right, so
suppose
you
I'll
are
do
able
that.
to run through the window pretty easily. So all of you are following?
Yeah, Zoom's gonna drop his firewall, and without even looking, he's just gonna turn and follow and run.
Well, I don't think we need to concentrate on the firewall, so we can just run.
Oh, it just goes up and stays?
Oh no, it's
No,
concentration for a
it
minute,
is
but
concentration, yeah.
But you can still act.
yeah, you can still
okay,
act.
okay.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well then yeah, he's just gonna turn and run.
Okay.
Grex will bring up the rear of it as the rear guard.
And Willow and our cleric.
I'm running as well. I guess I'm not in the rear since someone else is in the rear. But
And Willow, are you running or are you doing something else?
No, I will be running as the last one, I guess.
All right, very well. Okay, so you will all make it easily into this house. As you enter and you see that this is most likely a tailor's house. You see that there's clothes everywhere, and you actually see a body. Looks like someone ate part of it, but you see that it is lying on almost like a toppled over shelf. You see that there is a back entrance down some stairs, but you also see that there is a window leading towards the next building.
Do we see anything useful on this body or the shelf?
On the body, no, it looks like it was just a simple tailor.
Since it's a tailor, do we see any brooches lying around that like maybe glitter or are shiny?
she's running for her life, but she needs a brooch.
He's got to stop.
It's a pretty simple town, so no.
No.
Yeah,
Fine.
unfortunately not.
Freaking rogues. Always wanting the glittery shit.
Always. Okay, so what is Afrojack's decision? Since he is apparently the lead in this.
I'm going to perceive. So I shall roll perception. Take a look around this room, see if I can't see it. Or not in this room, but in the next room. You said there's a window leading into another room?
Towards the next building. The next
Sure.
building is the one with stone, so you would need to jump and get into a window to get into it.
Oh, before I do that, I'm going to look out the window with a 19 perception. See if I see what I see.
All right. You see, it almost looks like someone with a rake is running by, almost like they're looking for you.
A rake?
Yes, I mean it's just a tool at hand.
These commoners, man. They're really hungry. These poor guys. So, okay, I open the window and I'm like, yo, I'm right here if you're looking for me. Yeah, I just tell him exactly where I'm at.
All right. So seeing you, he turns around and almost with just a stick tries to swing at you.
Cool. So does the window, being on the other side of the window, do I have cover from this?
Yes, you do.
Thank you.
But you see that he used almost all of his strength, but you are able to even catch the rake as it's being swung at you.
All right.
You two.
I do the oi and break it in half with my attack.
All right. Now with just a pointy stick, he kind of just throws it at you wildly, it hits the side of the building, and you see him just start to yell, and other people start to come down the alleyway.
Probably don't want to go that way.
No. We can find another route out of here.
You see that two people are coming up the back entrance now. One of them wielding a knife, and the other one open-handed.
Man, we are on the menu tonight, boys and girls.
Well, we can turn, and since we now have them draw it out this way, go out the way we came in, and then scurry up the road, hopefully.
All right.
So Greg's doing an about face, and he'll start heading out that way, looking with his Zalmir ready, just in case he meets somebody that has a death wish.
All right, as you turn out the door, there's actually someone running in, and I need you to make a dex saving throw to avoid collision.
Okay, Dex, and that'd be a 19.
All right, so as someone runs in, you are able to just duck out of the way, and you see he just continues running. And Zune, you are by Grex. You see that he doesn't even mind you now that you have the swords on you. But the next person...
Can I try and tackle him
yes, you can.
as he's running through?
Yes, so making an attack, and then we will do the grapple checks.
All right. Whoa. Well, what am I applying? Is this straight grapple here, or?
Well, how grappling works is you need to make an attack roll. If you beat their AC, then you can grapple. Instead of doing
is his AC lower than a 5?
No, it seems like he's not even trying to block you. It's almost like he doesn't even care that you're there. But it's just that when you try to swing your arms around him, you see that he's just so determined he just runs right past you.
Okay.
Can I reach? Well, I guess I don't need to touch him, but I'm going to try to cast a Dispel Magic on him.
All right, but first he is going to get an attack on you. So as he runs at you, he just dives right at you, almost carelessly. And almost easily you were able to just push him off you, and he falls onto the ground beside you.
Oh, well, since he's right there, I'll cast Dispel Magic, which, if the effect on him is magical, and it's 3rd level or lower, it'd automatically stop. Otherwise, I need to make a Wisdom check.
All right. He does not have any magic on him.
All right.
Good try, though. You might have been able to save some people.
One at a time.
Grex is going to head out the way we came in.
All right, and you see
and look at the field of vision that he'll have. Is it clear?
You see that there are people starting to come from the other alleyway. Some of them that were looking into buildings are starting to pour out and run towards your place. There's probably about 12 people that you can see that are running to your door.
How far away are they?
The closest is 20. The furthest is 85 feet away.
I'll holler in that they're headed this way up our flank or our rear. If we hurry up, maybe we can get on out. I'll knock down what I can to leave a way open, and the one at 20 feet, I'll go ahead and take a shot at and see if I can knock them on down.
All right, and then as you roll, Afrojack, you see that there are people coming in through the window. And Willow, you see that there are two people that were coming from the rear entrance of the store that are running at you.
He rolled the 19,
All right, roll damage.
and he'll hit for, let's see here, that's 15 points of damage.
All right, you see as your arrow flies, he is running at full speed, but the stopping power of your arrow kind of knocks him off of his feet as he drops down dead.
So there's 12 people coming in the front door, 2 people coming from the window, and 2 people coming in the back door.
No, about 12 coming in from our rear.
Well,
Right.
You entered from the front.
Yeah. Our rear is the front door, though.
Yes.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
Yes.
Are there stairs to the second floor? Is there a second floor? And did we see a balcony there?
Yes, you do see stairs. Actually, no, you see a ladder going up to the second floor.
Before we entered that house, did we see if there is some kind of balcony or not?
You didn't see a balcony. It's almost like a bungalow where you would guess the upstairs would just have a roof of like this, and the ceiling would be like that.
I want to understand. These people really. These people are. Their motivation is to eat us. Correct.
Correct.
I'm horrified. Like, I rolled a 16. At the window, I'm just like, what the hell is wrong with you people? So is there a way that I can, like, jut my staff out and do my key push from flurry of blows open hand? Will you allow me to do that and just, like, do a wide push on them with a, like, maybe 2 key points or something instead of 1?
Yeah, go right ahead. Actually, you don't even really need to. These people are pretty weak. You could probably do both of them with 1 key point.
Okay, that's what I want to do. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you people? We are not to be eaten. And I just slam them with my staff. And if I knock them to 0 hit points, I'm not killing them. I want to choose to knock them out. I don't want to kill them.
All right, so let's see. First, you need to make an attack.
All right. So that's
a hit.
7 is 20 is an unmodified 20 or a modified 20. Sorry.
Yes, that is a definite hit.
All right. So it takes 6 damage.
All right, so you push them both out of the windows, and you see them both sprawling as they hit the ground.
Okay.
And almost relentlessly, they start to get up again.
Well, I want to use my bonus action unarmed attack to kick the shutters open, or to kick the shutters closed, see if I can't barricade this window up.
All right, actually the window was closed, it's just that the glass is broken.
Ah, I see. Is there a table?
Yes.
Not like that's going to help without nails, but I guess I'll try to flip the table up and see if that'll cover up the window.
Push it. It does. Alright, it's covered for at least a moment, so now we're going to switch over to Willow. Willow, you have 2 people running at you.
Yes, and they're annoying me. I'm gonna pull out my 2 rapiers, and I'm gonna hit them because they're annoying me.
Hit them, girl.
Alright, but one of them is going to attack you as well before you can attack them. Alright, what is your AC?
17.
Okay, so you see that he actually slices into you. With
I think
nothing
I
more.
think I have uncanny dodge, right? What was that?
How many levels did you put into Rogue?
No, I don't. Never mind.
Yeah, that's a 5th level thing.
Okay.
Alright, so you see him kind of just swing wildly at you with this kitchen knife and cut you for 2 damage.
Oh, now he's getting what he's deserved. I'm gonna hit him back. 19 hits?
Yes.
and 10 damage.
All right. So just make sure you're adding sneak attack to this.
Why?
Oh, actually, no. You do not have anyone with you.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes, I'm used to just everyone being in a group with a rogue. But sorry, kind of to describe it. After he slashed into you, he brought the knife up to him to start drinking what he got from the slash, and you are able to hit him almost easily. All right,
Do I kill him?
Yes, you do.
Okay, and I will take my second attack and attack the other one.
All right.
He's over there murdering shit.
It's his fault. Modified 20.
Okay, that's an easy hit.
9 damage.
All right, that is not enough to kill him. So he is going to make a open hand, almost like a claw at you. But you are able to dodge out of the way almost nonchalantly.
Zune's gonna yell that we should run out the back door.
Good idea.
I agree.
Too many people coming in the front. The window's
I'm
obviously
not finished
barricaded.
here.
My bad.
Wait, are you still upstairs?
No, she's with you. She's
She's with us.
at the back door, and Malden, you actually feel something grabbing you on your leg,
Damn it.
and I need your AC.
15.
All right.
Damn Taylor.
As you look inside, look down, you see that just in time to see this man sink his teeth into your leg.
Damn it. Why am I the food choice?
Because you tried to dispel him instead of killing him. Come on now. Or at least knocking him out. Alright, so he rips at you for 7 damage as he takes a chunk out of your leg.
I'm gone. There goes that spell.
Alright, well, I'm going to cast Sanctuary on myself and start hightailing it.
Alright, so I need you to make either a athletics or acrobatics to kind of try to get out of his reach.
Looks like athletics is the choice. 14.
Alright, as you jump away, you see that he almost doesn't even care that you jumped away. He brings his hands back and starts chewing the piece of you that he already got. And you see after he's done with that, he starts licking his hands, much like the other woman did.
Glad I could help.
So you guys are going through the back door.
Yes.
All
Well,
right.
as far as we can without, mowing over Willow. She's
you can
in
try.
combat.
Does Grex perceive that they're going out the back since he was out looking in the front?
Yes, you hear Zune yell, "Come on, let's go," or whatever you did earlier to say, "Let's go out the back."
Zune
Okay.
he's just gonna yell, "Back door!"
All right. Then Grex will come on in. Does he see, as he comes on in through the door, does he see what happened to the mighty cleric and this wannabe zombie?
Yes, you see that this man is now sitting up, and you see that he's just licking his hands, trying to get every last drop.
Grex is going to shoot him.
He's not even bothering you, Grex.
He attacked my party, remember, and I wasted a spell, and he put the disease back on. Does a 17 hit him?
That is one nutty ass ranger we have with us.
Yeah, but yes, it does hit.
All right, 12 points of damage.
Yeah.
All right. Would
Um,
you describe how you kill him as he's in mid feast?
As he has his hand up licking his fingers, he's going to put the arrow between through his hand, through his mouth, and his tongue, and have it stick out there, and then have him fall back and pin himself up against a bolt of cloth that the tailor had there. And while he's doing that, the other hand would be twitching, trying to go around till the nerves stop and flops.
Very nice.
That's awesome.
I'm glad you're on our side.
I
That's
know.
literally exactly what was going through my head when he shot that arrow and he said kill. I was just thinking the arrow through the hand on the face.
Yes. Yeah, I was thinking that too, except coming from the back, just like. All right, so you guys are starting to run out the back. You guys are going to pass the one that is attacking Willow.
As I'm running through, I would like to swipe at it with my scimitar.
Oh, that is my target. Don't you dare.
Now she's getting possessive.
Okay. All right. Can I try and knock it down?
Don't ask me, ask her. I mean, I was more than happy to let you kill him.
We don't have time. Do what you want to.
No, you know what? I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna run out the back door. You
All right.
you have a smile. Zune looks at you with a smile on your face, and he knows just to leave it alone. So he's out the back door. He's gone.
All right, so as you are passing him, you see that he starts to claw at you with an open hand, but realizing that it is you, and seeing what your skin looks like, you see that he kind of pulls back.
You're one of them now.
The Borg.
Uh-oh. Oh, so I'm disguised as one of them now. Maybe I can use that.
World War Z.
All right, so as you are all, I'm assuming all of you are running now.
Not yet.
I am.
Okay, so 1, 2, Grex is running.
Yeah, Grex is running on through. If he sees Willow with that bloodthirsty glint in her eyes and she's that determined look on her face, he knows he's just going to let her do her thing, and he's going to beat him out the back door and make sure he can keep as much cover on the group as he can.
All right, very well. So how about Afrojack?
Yeah, once everybody leaves, I'm leaving too. I'll just leave the table up at the window, and I'm sure the zombies will break through. But whatever. I'll get by them fast enough. I've got a speed of 55. I'm not worried about that.
Okay, so we're going to say the first one out, since he started running first, is going to be Malden. Unless you wanted to wait for anyone, Malden.
No, I'm assuming that if a couple other people said they're running, that if we start running, the rest of the party will catch up. And, I'll look back every so often and make sure they are, but,
All right, very well. So as you come outside, you start running down some stairs, but as you turn, you catch just enough time to see someone with a crossbow leveled right at you, and they fire off. But
so I've got the sanctuary spell cast on me. If
oh,
that
all
matters.
Right. Well,
they have to make a wisdom saving throw in order to actually attack me.
all right. So as they are pointed at you, they kind of back off for a second, and Zune, as you come out, they don't even seem to bother you. But Grex, once you come out,
Sorry, Grex.
yes.
Hey, that's all right. It's just in the cards.
He lets fire, and then a white streak flies out of the crossbow and actually strikes you.
Okay.
Is this the same kid, or is this a different person?
This is a different person. Someone else picked up the crossbow and came to hit you with it.
Okay.
All right, and as it lands dead into your chest, you take 7 damage.
Alrighty. Let's see here. I think I can use this to my advantage.
I yell up at him. You gonna pay for that, motherfucker?
And he's about 20 feet away from you, Malden, and you see him drop the crossbow and start to pull up the string again.
So Grex would definitely feel the bolt and like that. He turned and looked. Does he see the same idiot?
You see the person that shot you. It was just one of the random villagers that saw the crossbows on the ground and thought he could use that to find a easier meal.
Okay, that's fine. If he, because I got to keep aware of who he is. It's just for you, DM, for
Okay.
the aspect of his, the ranger multi attack defense, because now he gets +4 defense against him for AC.
All right, sounds good.
As far as that, and if he turns and he sees them and like that, and when it comes up to his turn, he'll shoot another arrow and attempt to hit him since he hit me.
All right, but first we're going to go to Willow.
Yep.
Because right now it is Willow and Jack alone in here, except people are starting to file in, and you see the table is starting to be pushed off of the window.
All right.
Well,
Go ahead, Chica.
Chica.
I want to jump that guy and stab my rapier through him.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
16.
All right. Describe how you kill him.
Yeah, I jump him, probably knock him on the floor, and like take my rapier and stab him.
All right. Okay, so Jack, it is now. Oh, and are you going to run out, Willow?
I'm gonna look back to Jack and like, well, I was done. Hurry!
Go. I'll catch up with you.
All right. So Willow,
Maybe.
do you take the chance to run out?
I go to the door at least.
All right. So now, Grex, you can make an attack roll.
Alrighty, 24.
All right. You roll damage, and if it's more than 10, feel free to describe how you kill him.
Alright, that's definitely more than 10. It's 12 plus 4, so that's 16 points of damage. And as he gets hit, he swings on with that bolt in his chest. He turns over, pulls, lets loose, and he's not really paying real good attention, but just because of the natural battle warmth, he takes and let loose with a fairly good balance, and it hits this peasant, and it takes and pops his hand through the string that he was trying to pull on back to with the crossbow. And the crossbow and the string's hanging on his forearm, and the hand to the chest with the arrow sticking through the chest and the body falling backwards.
All right. Very nice. All right. So that's another one to the death list of Grex. So you guys see only a few people on the outside, but Jack, you see that there are about 5 people inside now. What are you going to do? And they are running at you fast. One of them even has a sickle, and then another one has a pretty large rock.
There's something wrong with you people. I can't get over the fact these people were trying to eat me. I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? I'm going to 55 speed out and then spend a key point for a 55 speed dash. And if Willow ain't out, I'm picking her ass up and taking her with me.
All right, I will let Willow decide.
I just burst through the doors all kung fu style and shit. Oi! Poof!
Yeah, sure. I can't do anything about that monkly rescue.
Yeah.
I mean, you
You
could
go
make
to the
a
rescue.
acrobatics check to avoid it.
Okay.
It's okay.
Oh, is
All
that
right.
her or me?
Well, generally, if you wanted to pick her up, but she didn't want to be picked up, you would roll athletics. She would roll acrobatics or athletics.
Are you trying to avoid my picking you up?
Nope.
Cool. Do I still need to roll?
No, you do not.
Cool.
Zune wants to pick up that crossbow.
All right, you're gonna go pick up the crossbow.
Yeah, like quickly, because I see him running. I mean, obviously this all happened super quickly, so I imagined it like I ran out and I watched Malden get this crossbow pulled up at his face, and then I'm behind Malden, and then all of a sudden this crossbow bolt just goes past both of our heads and hits Grex, and then an arrow comes from behind both of our heads and hits this guy in the chest. So as that happens, he's going to hit the ground, and I'm going to charge up and grab that crossbow, grab the crossbow probably the same time that Jack comes out with Willow.
All right. So as you grab the crossbow, you kind of just tug on it, snapping Grex's arrow,
Mm-hmm.
and you have yourself a crossbow that looks rather worn, but the stock has, as you notice, runes on it.
Perfect. Yeah, 'cause those things were shooting white light bolts. So, yeah, this definitely has magical properties to it that he's going to notice. And with his, magical self, with detect magic and all that, he's going to want to take a look at it later. So he's going to grab it, and he's going to continue running now that
Okay.
everybody's here.
All right, so you have two options. There is a path that looks like it's leading towards a farm, and then another, you can keep going and possibly run into other people, but that would be the more direct route to Ellenroth.
How,
I'm thinking once we get away, it probably doesn't matter how direct the route is.
do we know how fortified, quote unquote, that farm is?
No, you do not. It looks like it's probably just going to be leading to, like, it goes up a hill, and then from that you can see the tip of a barn, but you would expect there's probably a farmhouse out there as well.
Yeah, I think if we can get to there without people realizing that we're there, maybe the rest of the crowd won't chase us.
Farm it is.
As soon as possible, I put Willow down. It's like, oh, sorry about that. But you weren't moving fast enough.
I always take her for a ride. It's okay.
Yeah, whatever. You know
All
any
right, so-
elf women?
Zune's running up towards the farm.
Well, if you're offering rides, Malden could possibly use one. His leg is probably a little bit sore.
It's like, wait. The cleric is in pain? There's something wrong with that.
I just haven't taken the time to heal myself yet,
Right.
which I assume healing would work, but I just haven't had a chance to try it yet.
Well, then, once we get out of town, we just can wait for him. If he can bandage himself up.
Very well. Okay, so you guys are heading towards the farm.
Yep. Or he can do it on the way, whatever.
Yeah, if I'm slowed down by it, then yeah, I'll take a bonus action, do a healing word, and then keep going.
Okay, so as you are all running up this path, only a few people come out of the house. You see that 3 of them actually notice you and start running after you, but they are very far back from you, a few rounds at least.
These the same folks that were trying to eat us?
These were the ones that you saw when you were going out the front.
Okay. And they're a couple rounds back, you said? How
Yes.
distance-wise, how far?
About 110 feet.
Oh, okay. Grex will go ahead and on the leading one. That's the first in that line. Since it's under 150 feet, he'll shoot an arrow at the leader.
All right.
And that'd be 9 plus 9, 18 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
And 12 points of damage.
Okay, so just like all the other ones you have shot, the arrow flies, sinks into the target, and just from a full sprint, he falls down, never to be alive again.
What do the other two that were behind him doing? Are they slowing down or
Oh, they
turning?
don't even really care if he's there. They don't even care who's around. They're just running for food.
Yeah, why not eating the dead ones already? I mean,
Well,
Yeah. Well, every time the ranger drops one, they've got food. I mean, that's a little morbid. That's not my monk saying something like that.
They don't seem to
That's
eat their own, though.
They don't
it's
even-
survival. But how far are the other two then?
They were about 5 feet behind him.
5 feet? Okay, they're within range. And there's no others around there?
Not that you can see.
Okay. He'll take a shot at that one. That'd be a 27.
How far are they?
Now about 95 feet from you.
95 feet.
And that'd be 13 points of damage on that second one.
All right, this one you are able to take out just as easily as all the others. Something that you've all noticed is that it doesn't even seem like they're really trying to defend themselves. They just run almost recklessly with just a simple-minded goal of food.
And Grex rolled a crit for that last one.
All right, crit kill as you please.
And that'd be what? 5, 6, 9. That'd be about 18 points of damage. And what we'll do is that one, as he's running and tripping over his buddies, going toward, trying to get towards us, he'll shoot him right dead in the eye and have it come right on out from his, we'll say, his left hand eye, and have it come out the behind his right ear.
All right, very nice.
And have him stumble to his knees and gasp and fall over into the trail.
Yes, this one almost seemed like he did not want to die. Almost like if he could, he would continue on running with this arrow in his head.
And Grex will turn to the party and say, "Come on, hurry up. I just took care of who was trailing us."
All right, so as you guys get to the top of the hill, Afrojack leading the way with his massive speed.
Postman, go!
Yeah.
You see that there is, like I said, most likely a farmhouse. You see that it doesn't seem as decayed as some of the others. This one is a little bit off of the town. And you see that there's no one around that you can see.
I'm not trusting that. So I'm going to roll a natural 20 perception. So that's a 27.
All right. You see a moving shadow behind the barn. Well, within the barn.
can
Okay.
I stealthily check it?
Yes, you can. You can roll stealth. It'll take you a little bit of time. You're about 150 feet from the barn.
26 to stealth.
All right. So as she's kind of moving through the mush, it almost seems like almost none of you can really keep track of her as she moves so stealthily. So you're going to approach the barn and then peek inside.
Yes.
Holy shit, woman! Don't be doing that to me now. Reacting to herself.
Zoom's gonna say, "Shush, she's trying to be quiet."
I know. I'm totally giving her away there. I'm not rogue material. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I got a big bush on my head and shit.
Yeah. Willow's walking on all four, on her hands and on her feet, like trying to be silent and peek in.
Very nice. So, as you approach, you see that there is a rotted cow outside of the barn, almost like, just like all the other animals you have seen, where the plague has hit the animal and then almost instantly rotted the animal. But as you
Oh,
look,
that means there's no milk anymore.
you could try.
No.
No.
Not really recommended.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? You might get poisoned. I just realized that you guys have been rolling without being poisoned like all session. But
Oh right. What is that? Disadvantage?
yeah, but how it's shit AC, it wouldn't have really affected you anyways. Not like you were bit multiple times or anything.
Attack rolls and ability checks, right? I'm gonna write that on.
Yes.
So I remember.
So, as you look inside the barn, you see that there is a horse carcass laying there. You see, just like the others, it is rotted, but something you find peculiar is you see two men on top of it, just digging into it, just eating this rotted meat, grabbing at sores and ripping chunks of flesh off and bringing it to their mouth,
Ugh.
ripping it apart. And they don't even notice you. They're just so absorbed into this feast to them that they don't even notice your existence. You could most likely stand up straight and whisper something, and they wouldn't even notice you over the sound of the ripping flesh.
Do I see anything interesting in that barn besides the two men and the horse?
You see that it looks like there was a looks like a child's corpse is in the back, almost like it did not survive the night. Like it already has died from the starvation.
Okay, I would go back to the group and would say that the barn is already having people in it.
Can I cast I'd like to cast Pass Without Trace on the group so we can all approach stealthily and perhaps take actions on the existing creatures in there.
But what do you want in the barn? Shouldn't we just leave?
I was gonna say we could just keep going.
Well, we
Get
could-
out of town.
We could, well, I mean, assuming Willow tells us what she saw, right?
Yes.
Okay,
I
so-
told you that there was someone in the barn.
Okay,
there
yeah.
are two people just making a feast of this rotted horse carcass.
Well, if we take care of those two people, we can use this place to rest, at least for a little while.
Why
Kind of-
should we take care of them just to rest? We can just go any bit further and find some place to stay, some other place.
There is the farmhouse where the farmer was stayed. It looks almost untouched by the rot.
Oh, so these people are in the barn.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well then, I'll still cast Pass Without Trace so as not to, trigger their attention, and make our way to the farmhouse then, so we can go to the house itself.
All right. I'm not even really going to need you guys to roll stealth because a lot of you have high stealth, and
Okay then.
plus 10 to it already would kind of overkill. So you guys make it to the farmhouse, and what do you do? Do you go towards the front entrance? Do you look inside one of the windows that are broken, or do you see if there's another entrance?
I'm looking for the wine cellar.
Looking in the window seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
All right. So, as you start looking around, you don't really see a wine cellar, Jack.
Man,
Unfortunately.
these uncivilized freaking hillbillies, man. Why ain't they got no damn wine cellar?
They've got moonshine.
Ooh, really?
Everclear.
Oh,
Zune's gonna
if
suggest.
I'm gonna actually take the word for it. Hold on a second. Yeah, I'm
Zune's
not
gonna
taking
suggest to be
inside.
quiet. As he's gonna look in the window, see if he sees anything inside, anybody moving around.
All right. As you look inside, you see what looks to be a man sitting there. You see that he is an older gentleman, probably in his late 70s. You see that he is riddled with this disease, and you see that he is just sitting there with blood on his lap, and you see that he is just rocking back and forth in a chair.
So I can tell he's alive.
Yes, he is just staring at a wall.
Okay, so I'm gonna look back to the party, and put my finger to my lips, like, be quiet. And can I?
Yeah,
I kind of want to polymorph him.
Why don't we just have Willow go and do a mercy killing?
Actually, that's a good idea. I'll call Willow over, since
This
she's a
ranger,
rogue.
man, he's all about murder. What the hell, dude?
It does seem like these people are going to die anyway if we can't cure them, within a few hours.
I see the wisdom in that. Yes, but
Yeah,
man,
Willow goes over to Zune.
And I'm
my
just gonna
my issue is not really the murder. I mean, as bad as that seems, it's more like you might want to conserve your ammunition, brother. We might need it later.
We can make more.
All right, as long as you can do that.
If not, we got other things that we can.
That's actually my way of trying to conning him from stopping to kill people. I'm feeling pretty bad about that.
Think about the ammo.
I'm just protecting my party, my comrades.
And I do appreciate that. But man, I can't stop these tears from flowing, man. I'm feeling bad here.
We'll have a good cry hug when we get a safe
I
place.
just can't help it, man. These people are dying. They got diseases. I can feel their pain and shit. I don't know anymore, man.
I'm assuming by now that the old man is definitely staring out the window.
Just goes right on with the game.
Yes. Look out, but then turns back. But guys, is it alright if we take a 5-minute break?
Yeah.
Man,
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I was about to eat this old man.
All right. Be back in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, fast move. Come on. What are you doing?
Hello, Miss Lisa.
I'll stay in character. Hey! What is going on?
Nothing. Just had to take a work call. Call. I had someone from work call me 3 times. You know,
Do
it's
you
like,
not inform all of the people in your life circle that gaming is the necessity of all time?
yeah, but you know, when you start managing stuff, kind of gets a little bit hard.
Yep. I'm just messing with you, man. I understand.
Oh yeah, I know. It's like shit. Want to game? I set up everything so I could game a little bit.
Yep.
Now, Spencer, if you camera lock me again, I'm gonna kill you. You know that.
Very well. By the way, so you said that what is it? Oh, Eric, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Eric, you said 55, and you said that was through a feat that you got that.
Through what?
You got your movement speed from being a monk and a feat, correct?
Mobility. Mobility adds 10 to your speed, and it allows you to, when you take the dash action, which is part of my setup as a monk, is if I can spend a key, take the dash action as a bonus action. When I do that, difficult terrain does not affect me. And if I attack somebody first and then move, they don't get an opportunity attack on me.
Wow, very nice.
That's why I took it. And then that's the only feat I took, even though he's human. I took that at first level. And then the 4th and the 8th level, I took ability score increases for my dex and my wisdom, which are both 18 now.
Very nice.
Afrojack is the man.
Can't argue with that.
He knows what he's doing. He's just a little sick right now.
Yeah, well, maybe a long rest will take care of that. Maybe not.
And he's hungry. I would imagine he's pretty freaking hungry by now.
Yes. Well, I don't know. There's a nice horse out in the barn.
Ugh, no. I don't dig on the horse, man.
Yeah, Willow didn't tell you that there's a horse in there. She only said there are 2 people.
That's disgusting. I ain't eating no damn horse. No way, no how. Just like no damn pig. I ain't eating no swine.
Why, it's all good.
It's all good. Says the ranger. Of course it's all good for him.
Hey. Hey, he's
You want to hunt some ravens.
Weird. I'm telling you, we have a solution. We have a druid who can turn into animals who can just, turn into a chicken. All settled.
Yeah, well, things didn't turn out quite as well as he was hoping when he turned into the bear.
I wonder if his eggs would come out rotten.
Well, I guess you would just have to kind of see.
I don't think Jared would.
Well, how many people we have that are diseased now?
Just 2.
Just 2?
Yes, but Tom, did you want to heal yourself?
I'm muted because I'm eating, but yes, I wanted to cast. I rolled it earlier, so it's going to take 2 first-level cure spells to get me to full.
All right, as you are healing yourself, something that disturbs you when you've healed yourself many a times, I can imagine. As you are healing your leg, you see the flesh regrowing, but as it regrows, it almost grows a sickly yellow color, yellow and purple.
That's not good. Do I any sort of medicine check I could do maybe to gain some knowledge on that?
Go right ahead. I'm always one to give medicine checks a chance.
Oh, I'm not proficient in it. Okay. 14.
Okay, you are definitely guessing that it's from the bite, an infection, but as you touch it, it almost feels sore, and the flesh, where it's normally rough and like yours, it almost feels almost soft. Are you going to dig a little bit deeper and kind of mess with it?
That sounds unhelpful.
Putting
I
it light.
So, so who do we have that's so I can get my mind wrapped around it? Is Afrojack has a condition on him.
Yes.
The druid has.
The druid has at least 2 status effects affecting him right now.
Okay.
The cleric don't really know at this point.
Well, I know with the cleric, I wasted one of my lesser restorations. So,
I look a little peaked.
but when we get back into the game, my intent before we do before we try to get to a long rest or whatnot, will be at some juncture to cast my last 2 lesser restorations. One on Afrojack and the other on the druid. At least take one of the conditions off him if possible.
All right. But as far for Malden, so basically when you touch it, it almost feels softer. You were definitely missing muscle when he bit into you. So, but as you touch it, it doesn't feel like muscle.
I don't know. All right, maybe I should kind of pick at it and see what happens. What's the
Oh,
worst?
no, don't do that. What are you talking about? Pick at it, man. That's disgusting.
All right,
I
good
like
enough.
that. You gotta
Don't
let the
you have
pus
medicine?
out so it can heal.
Don't you have medicine, man?
I did do a medicine check, and that's what let me know that the muscle is missing.
Greg is proficient in medicine.
Picking at it. No way, man. Just burn it. Cauterize that shit.
Oh, he already healed it,
Okay.
and the flesh regrew yellow and purple. So, Jared, just basically, so what happened, your cleric healed himself of the bite, and instead of just the normal flesh regrowing and possibly with the scar, it grew back in a sickly yellow and purple color.
Ooh.
Zune was asking Willow to kill that old guy, right?
No, I wasn't asking you to kill him. I was telling you to look inside so you could see him, and maybe we could decide how we wanted to go about taking care of him. Because I mean, I could polymorph him for like an hour, and I don't know. We could. I could like turn him into a snake or something and put him out in the grass or something like that. I don't know.
Turn him into a rape, and then
Well,
shoot him.
she would like twitch your robe or what you're wearing, like, pulling on it. Well, if you want me to kill him, that will cost you 2 bags of catnips, mister.
Oh. I'm kind of with Jack. I don't want to kill anybody if we don't have to.
Are you still a bear?
No,
Well, if you turn him
I
into
don't
an
want
animal,
Grax
you
to
will
see him.
die.
I don't want Grax to see him because Grax is just gonna want to kill him, no matter what.
Are you
and,
still a bear, Jared?
Zune, you noticed from the loud conversation that they were having that the old man didn't see you because of your spell, but definitely heard the conversation and then just went back to kind of just rocking back and forth.
All right. Well, my skin is still messed up, right? And the rest of these guys didn't really bother with me.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell everybody to stay there. I'm gonna go see if I could talk to him.
Cool. Good idea.
So
But I give you a hug on the way out. I'm like, yo, brother, don't worry about it. Everything's
Oh,
going.
don't touch him.
What do you mean don't touch him? We're
What
cured.
happened?
We're cured. The ranger healed us. We've been saved by the Lord.
Oh, so Grex.
How?
So what effects did you use on Grex?
Well, with Grex with the lesser restoration, it would be
Disease.
disease, cure disease on
All right.
on both of them, because that's how he's first perceiving it. He with lesser restoration, he can take care of only one effect per spell.
All right. So there were 2 status effects on them. So basically, from my understanding of it, you can cure 1, correct?
Yeah, well, you get one per spell.
All right. So are you going to be curing the max hit points or the poison?
We'll go with the poison.
All right. So both of you are no longer poisoned.
okay.
All right. But we still suffer the maximum hit point damage, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I still get a hug, and I'm just like, go in with love, brother.
Does that still affect my skin, or does my skin go back to the way it was, or at least a little bit?
No, it is. It's affecting your skin, and you're starting to feel a little bit weary from that. You can't tell if it's just the hunger or your skin is just getting a little bit weaker.
I get 8 hours of rest, and I can begin. But
So he cured the poison, and my skin was affected because of the poison, right?
All right. Can I get a nature roll from you?
Oh, that's perfect. I'm proficient in nature.
I'm kind of trying to give you some druid information right here.
16.
All right. So when you turned into the bear, you're thinking that you started to get in touch with nature, and all of nature was affected dramatically by what the famine wolf did. So when you got in touch with nature, you were infected with the same thing that the rest of the animals.
Oh, okay. Got you.
But since you are stronger, it did not just kill you instantly.
Okay. That's why I'm affected. Okay.
Yes.
Got it. I see the difference. Okay, so I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna take into account the fact that, the rest of these quote unquote zombified people didn't take notice to me before, and I'm gonna use that to my advantage to see if I can spark some kind of dialogue between me and this guy. So I'm gonna quietly walk through the door, and I'm gonna make it kind of look like I'm weaker than I am, kind of stumbling.
All
As
right.
I go in through the door.
Okay, so as you do, he stops rocking, and he slowly turns his head to you, and he says, "Oh, you. Are you all right? Here, come here and eat." And then he grabs something in his lap. It looks like almost a piece of meat. You can't tell from what creature or possibly person, and he hands it out to you. It says, "Come here, eat. It makes it better."
I'll kind of put my hand across my stomach and wave it off and say, "No, I'm not hungry. I came to see if you were okay."
Oh, an old one like me dealing with this. I'm surprised I'm still alive. But I doubt I will be for long. I think the only thing that really saved us is that the famine wolf didn't come to us. It was just his ravens.
What did the ravens do?
As the ravens came, they spread the plague. With every flap of their wings. You see he shakes his head trying to re-moisten his mouth, but you see that he just doesn't have the hydration to do it. You see him look at you and say, sorry, but just with the flap of their wings, they release a disease. It kills crops, infects many, and causes this. And he holds out his hand, his arm, and you can see all around where his shirt does not cover, there is just sores and cysts. And he says, it takes a lot out of me, but I thought, why not eat? Might as well die with a little bit of meat in my stomach. My boys are eating right now, too, out in the barn.
You're not like the rest of them. The rest of them seem just restless, as if they can't get enough.
Well, the rest of them won't eat impure food. I understand my time's coming, so I ate. Maybe if they ate, they would be more civilized.
What are you eating?
You see he closes his eyes almost like it's hard to say what he's eating. And he says, well, let's just say my grandchildren didn't make it from... They didn't survive the ravens. So if you would like to make a nature check, you might be able to, or you can take a guess at what he's referring to.
It seemed a little obvious.
Yes.
Well, I'd rather not guess because I don't want to think it. So, critical fail. So I rolled a 1, fortunately. I don't have to know what it is now.
Yeah, it just like goes over your head like, huh, his children died. There was one of them out in the barn, but, huh. So you kind of just shrug it off, not really knowing what to believe.
Okay, so I'm gonna look around from where I'm at. What am I looking at on the inside of this house? Is there 2 stories to this farmhouse? Is several rooms?
No, it is a smaller farmhouse. You see that it looks like there's almost like a dining area with a pot that is overturned. Looks like it was originally over a fire, possibly generally what they would have used to cook. But then it continues, that room continues on to be the one that you are in, where there's a few chairs. But then you suspect on the other side of this old door are a few bedrooms.
So can I see a back door?
As you, if you kind of like peek around, you see that just like you had steps going up, there are steps going down. Steps up to the porch. You see that there's steps going down to a lower door.
Around the back of the house?
Yes.
Okay. Is this? You said this guy's still facing the wall?
He keeps looking at you when you speak, but from time to time he goes back to the wall.
Okay. I'm gonna, in case anybody's looking at the window, I'm not gonna turn my head to the window. But I'm gonna kind of do like
Willow's
this
watching.
kind of motion, as if to motion them to go around the backside. So I'm gonna try and keep his attention to where they can come in the back door to the other room.
All right.
Yeah, I guess Willow would see that and she would go to the others and say, I don't know, he's making some kind of strange waving. He's doing like this. Maybe he wants us to go somewhere.
That's usually what that means.
I don't know, maybe he's sick. He doesn't look that good.
I think he'll be all right. Don't worry about him. He's badass. Let's go.
All right, so you guys go to the back door. What do? You see that it is.
I kick in the door like a champ. What you talking about? I'll be like, "Oi, I'm here."
All right, Zune, you are looking and you hear this crash, and the old man almost jumps, but he settles down and leans back, knowing that if it's one of the town villagers, they won't eat him. So he just feels that there's no real danger. Even if he dies, he's already on his way out.
Can I roll an Arcana check to see if Cure Wounds will do anything? Or will I just know that Cure Wounds won't do anything for him, or it will?
Cure Wounds might prolong his death. It might make it so he could possibly even go with you to Ellenroth. It would definitely reduce the amount of sores he has, but it would not cure
It won't
him
remove the
at all.
stigma. Yeah.
What was that?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use Cure Wounds on him. I feel bad that he's in this condition, and that he's, he kind of allows himself to allow me to be remorseful to him because he's not trying to eat me. So I'm gonna use Cure Wounds on him. I'm gonna walk over and I'm just gonna gently place my hand on his shoulder.
All right, and then as you do, he kind of droops his head a little bit, and he shivers, and he puts his hand on yours almost lovingly and looks up at you. And you see he grabs onto your hand, and just like the cleric had done to him, he brings it up to his cheek and
Oh hell no!
puts it
No,
up
no,
to...
no, 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 no. No, no, no. He's getting a dart in the face. That ain't happening again, no.
Alright, but one moment. You see that... But first, before you can throw, you see that he turns and puts your hand up to his face, almost like this, and leans up against you and says, "Thank you."
All right. I've got my dart up like this. I'm just like, all right.
Yes. Okay. So that's I'm using it as a second spell slot. So it's going to be 2d8. So that's 5 HP, and whatever you deem. So.
Is that adding your wisdom modifier yet?
Oh, wait.
Yes.
1d8 plus spell ability modifier. My was that just spell attack bonus, right?
No, your wisdom.
Wisdom.
Oh, my wisdom modifier. Okay. That's plus 5, so that's 10. 10 total hit points.
Okay. All right. So you see the sores on his hands start to decrease in size a little bit. Some of them even go away, but you can still see that he is in not a great condition.
Do his sores look like the spots where I healed myself? Like, do they look the same?
Similar, but not to your scale. There's a little bit of the same coloring, but theirs almost looks like an open wound. Yours is just like a patch of skin.
All right.
So I'm gonna look down to him and say, it might not be much, but if I hope it makes you feel a little bit better.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him. I have a few friends. Is it okay if we rest?
Very well. Again, if you need anything, ask.
Booze.
Hard
So I'm gonna hear Jack, kind of, in the other room, say, "Might you have anything to drink?"
And he looks at you and says, well, we have a well, but that's not worth drinking at all. But if you're looking for liquor, well, we had a little bit of wine turned to a very rotten vinegar.
I was about to zoom on in there, but once I hear about the vinegar, I'm like, bah, I get dismotivated by that. I'm just like slouched down against the wall. Fine. I start playing my flute and singing in Elven. It's horrible.
Yeah, don't draw attention.
I'm gonna ask him. What about weapons or ammunition, arrows, bolts?
And he looks at you all and says, well, you look more than equipped. I mean, if you're looking for weapons, I have a few knives in the kitchen. I also have a staff with a metal end that I use when I go walking, but we don't use weapons here. There's a town guard, and there's a bounty hunter. Actually, that almost looks like his crossbow. And he points at the crossbow that you have just recently equipped. And he says, but between all of them, we're generally safe.
I'm gonna ask him. What do you know of this crossbow?
Well, he's an old bastard. The old drunken bastard used to use it to make his living to pay for his drink. Basically, he just pull back the string and unload into whatever he deemed needed killing.
Do you know what happened to him?
Well, he was being paid, I heard, to go and kill the famine wolf if it came. But a creature like that isn't one to be killed. I can imagine he's probably chewed up somewhere.
Doesn't seem like he completed that job.
I guess not.
Okay, well, rest now. I'm gonna go rest.
You see him kind of just say, thank you again. And he turns to the wall and starts just rocking back and forth once again. Just caressing this time with a little more energy, caressing the piece of meat in his lap that he offered to you.
Mm. All right, well, I'm going to go back in the other room and then explain to them what I found out, that the two people in the barn eating the horse were his sons, that he seems harmless, and that the crossbow that I have came from this bounty hunter that may have been paid to defeat the famine wolf, which obviously didn't happen. So the crossbow has a history, and it might be the guy that was chewed up at the edge of the town. And that we have a safe place to rest, no provisions, no drinks, but a safe place to relax.
We should probably find a room that's like upstairs, if there isn't upstairs, with a couple windows we can look out.
No, there's no upstairs. It's just one floor, right?
Yes, and there are bedrooms through the. There's a door from the kitchen, and then there is another one from the living room area.
I would prefer he doesn't see anybody. Don't want to startle him with our presence. Even though he seems harmless, we should let him be at peace.
So we can put him at eternal peace.
Grex, it's not necessary.
You never know if he gets hungry in the.
And that's right. Tie him up.
I think if we barricade ourselves in,
We could all just go into the room that we don't have to go through the living room to. One of the bedrooms there in the back.
But what should we eat and drink?
We don't have anything.
if we wait until morning, I can create some.
Yeah.
No, you're a savior.
Take a long rest. So we can barricade ourselves in the back bedroom. Is there a window in the back bedroom?
So you are going to open one of the bedrooms?
Yes.
Apparently, yes.
All right. Which one? The one in the room with the old man? Well, the door is there, or there's one that is off of the kitchen.
No, the one through the kitchen.
All right. So as you go into that room, you see that there is, as you open it, you see that there is a body laying on the bed. You see that the window is broken, and this body seems like it's been torn apart. As you take a closer look, you see that this is the body of a small child. No more than possibly 6. As you are looking at it, you notice that it looks like a chunk of it has been missing. At the elbow, you see that it's been just chewed off or ripped off, and it almost immediately makes you think of the old man and the piece of meat he's been holding on to.
He mentioned something about his grandkids not making it through. This must be one of them.
The other one is in the barn.
I'm going to you said he's on the bed?
Yes, he is on one of the beds. There is another bed of equal size, and then there is another one that is a little bit larger.
So there's 3 beds in this one room.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go to the bed that the child is on. I'm going to take the blanket and just kind of gently wrap it over him, wrapping up his body.
All right. And as you lift up the blanket, can I have a perception roll from you?
Yes. That's going to be a plus 14.
All right. So as you are lifting up the blanket, you notice that his arm actually moves a little bit. It starts to actually move.
Okay. So I'll put it back down and open the blanket and look at him.
As you start putting the blanket down, you notice. Oh, you just moved his arm with the blanket when you lifted it up. Oh.
No.
Okay. So I'll put my hand on him, just to kind of reassure myself that I'm not, wrapping up a live person.
Yes, you are. As you touch him, he feels rather cold.
Okay, so I'll continue to, gently, obviously with respect to him and his grandfather. I had no idea that his grandfather was eating him, but it might kind of trigger a connection.
Yeah.
So just with respect, I'm gonna wrap him up slowly, gently, and just kind of place him on the floor, nice and flat. I'll whisper like, something like I'm so sorry, it's unfortunate things happen to unfortunate people, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Kind of
I'll
like
just
a last words thing.
yeah.
Grexus suggests, why don't you put them out on the dinner table since Grandpa's gnawing on them already? And that way we don't have them in the room with us.
That might actually be a good idea, Grex, rather than putting an arrow through his head.
Well, I wasn't going to put an arrow through his head.
Yes. Okay. So I'll do that instead. Then I'll lift him up and then I'll carry him out to the table in the kitchen.
All right. So as you do that, you put him, rest him onto the table. The old man looks over and seeing what you're doing, he kind of just turns away, and you see he kind of turns his chair a little bit, so he's kind of facing a little bit away, almost in. Can't tell if it's a respect or just trying to forget what he has done.
Oh, I'll give him just like a slow nod. Just kind of knowing what happened, and then I'll turn back and go into the room and close the door.
All right, very well. So, as you so who is in this room? Jack is out in the living room, just slouching.
Jack is passed out in the living room. All right.
I'll be in the room where the child was just removed from, and
All right. You see a small bed, a slightly larger bed that probably housed a mom and dad, and then you see the bed that had the child in it, and you see that it has a blood stain where the gnawed off arm was on.
I'll go to the mom and dad's bed.
Yeah, Willow would curl up on the little small bed.
All right, so
Grex will go on in and he'll find himself a corner in the room that looks at the door.
all right, very well.
Set himself up to rest there, kind of sitting on the floor and sleep that way.
All right, and
What
how
time
about,
is it?
It is about 2 o'clock, maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay. So, do you guys want to do like a 4-hour rest? Or
Well, I think our choices are either 1 or 8.
You need a long rest.
Yeah, we need a long rest for me to get new spells.
8
Yeah.
hours.
all right, solid 8 hours. We'll go out under the concealment of the moon.
So
I'll
after
take first
4 hours
watch.
of sleep, after 4 hours of sleep, I will get up and meditate for an hour. So I'd probably take middle watch.
I'll take first watch because I only need 4 hours. So
Where's
I
this?
can take-
Where is the old man sleeping, or is he actually just still sitting in his rocking chair, or what?
You see that he has not moved from the rocking chair, but you can't tell if he is just sleeping and rocking from just the motion, or if he is awake and just deep in thought.
Okay, no, I'm having flashbacks from Salem's Lot. This isn't cool. So no, I'm not touching that old man. No way.
All right. So, how about any of you else? I know the elf. You get your 4-hour rest, or are you going to take like the first watch or something?
Yeah. I'll take the first watch, and then after 4 hours, transfer it over to Jack. Since he's going to take the second one,
Okay.
and then I'll continue with my rest or my meditation.
All right, Jack. You are going to need to do a little bit more resting after the watch if you don't want some exhaustion, like an extra exhaustion point.
That's fine. I'll wake up the ranger after I'm done. Just tell him not to kill any babies, and we should be fine.
All right, and by the time your watch is over, wait, are you doing a 2 hour or are you going to man it out for the 4 hour?
Oh no, I'll do as short of a rest as short of a watch as possible to get my long rest in.
All right, so we'll do 2 hours for you, 2 hours for Grex, and then after everyone's up, you two can take another 2 hour rest.
Grex, Grex being a half elf, he only needs 4 hours for a long rest too, right?
No, half elves do not get that.
Oh, they don't get that? Okay.
Yeah,
They got the human blood that tracks them on down on that one.
Hey,
You're not as good as us then.
Let's not have any racial wars in this party, buddy. No, we ain't having that.
That ain't racial. It's all genetics.
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure that's still racial. Just by default, that's pretty racial right there.
Hey, we ain't having none of that now.
Okay, so I am going to need Malden and Zune to make Constitution saving throws at disadvantage.
Oh no.
At disadvantage. Can I use that inspiration now? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I rolled a critical fail.
I got
Again?
a 9.
Okay, so we're going to fast forward to all of you getting up. So all of you, after this whole ordeal, you just feel completely exhausted, just completely awful. You have not been able to eat. So all of you are going to take a point of exhaustion.
Okay. We get all of our spell slots back, right?
Yes.
Okay. And
But
I'm
Zune-
actually going to switch out one of mine for good berry
All right.
because we need good berries. So I need to take a look. I have the app on my phone real quick, so I can do it quickly.
But don't
You
you
might-
need fresh berries
That's
for
what I was
that?
going to say. You might need this.
Need a sprig of mistletoe. That's why Grex hasn't used that, because his components there were kind of laid to rotten.
Yeah.
Okay, so next solution is look to the cleric and be like, "Yo, brother, bring us some of your god miracle, man."
Yeah,
Alright,
I'm
never mind
switching
then.
out several spells.
All right. But first, Zune and Maldrin, I hate to do this to you, but you both are infected. So both of you are going to lose not permanently, but for right now, 2 to your Constitution.
Oh.
2 to. Okay, so not our bonus.
Not
Well, it's
your
going to go
bonus.
down by 1, but
Yes.
Oh, okay. Which makes my hit points go down.
Yes, by 8.
Grex, if he has his spell slots all back up, he'll go ahead and he'll cast Lesser Restoration on the Druid and then the Cleric.
All right. But first, as you are doing the Lesser Restoration, let me look it up real quick.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, and see how it works on one of us before you do it on the other.
Yes. Because I don't want to be like, all right, this happens.
I'm also going to get remove curse, so we can try that.
All right. Okay, so as you do Lesser Restoration onto the Druid, you see that his skin starts to do a little bit better, but he absolutely does not feel that much better at all. So as the boon, your next morning when you make a Constitution check for this Lesser Restoration, you do not have disadvantage on your Constitution check.
All right, well, let's try creating some food. Is there a barrel or something we can put a bunch of water in?
Yes, he does have a barrel, but as you go out to the well to start pulling out water.
No, I'm creating the water.
Oh, okay, creating the water. I didn't know if you like needed water for components or something.
No, I just need something to go into. So yeah, there's no actual components to the spell. But I just, as far as creating 30 gallons of water, it'd be nice to have a barrel to put the water in, as opposed to letting it splash all over the ground.
Yes. All right. Let me just. Up to 10 gallons. All right. So create food and water, right? The third level.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So as you do this, you first spread your hands across this barrel. And you see water start to just pour into the barrel. And as you start looking in, what do you do as soon as you see this water?
I'm guessing I've cast a spell many times, so I just assumed that I wanted to fill up the barrel, and I guess if it doesn't look like clean, normal water, then I'll know the spell's not going to work right.
All right. So as the water fills, it looks perfectly clear. But then after a moment, after you start preparing to summon the food as well, you see almost like a dot appear in the middle of the water. You see this dot, a green dot, it actually starts to spread out throughout the water. And as it spreads, you just start catching just this foul smell.
What is that?
Green and nasty.
Did you anger your god?
No, of course not.
Yes.
That is going to mess with our plans, though. Well, I can try purifying the food after I created it, but it started off pure, so you'd think it would, stay that way if it was going to.
You could try that and see how that fares out for you.
Yeah, might as well. So I create it, but it turns into a mess. But yeah, we'll spend the first level spell and purify and see what happens.
It's just a first level.
Yeah. How many times can I do that, though?
One. Would your created food be magical?
That's a good question.
Because it does say all non-magical food. You know what? I'll just go beyond that. Yeah, so you are able to purify not all of it, but if you were to like pull some out like in a bucket into a smaller bucket, you would be able to purify it.
All right. That's helpful.
Yeah, so not the full 30 gallons, but a few gallons.
Quick, drink it before it goes bad. And did you say the food turned green as well?
Yes, when you summoned it, it was just disgusting.
So does it purify help the food as well?
If you were to cast it on that one, you can see.
Well, it's all magical food and drink within a 5-foot radius, so I'm assuming that when I created the food and water, it was...
All right, then yeah, just... Yeah, so if basically you have your hands out and close your eyes, and with a prayer, you see the green color start to recess out of the water. And the food is purified as far as you can tell as well.
Yay!
Zoom's gonna walk over and say, "Guys, I'm already poisoned. Let me go ahead and try it first. I'll tell you whether or not you should eat it." So he's gonna grab I don't know,
Doesn't
a
actually
plate full.
says the food is bland but nourishing, so who knows what it is.
Yes.
So he's gonna eat it, and for the first time, you guys are gonna see Zune joke, and he's gonna look up at you guys and say, "Don't eat it. It's terrible," as he's just stuffing his face.
The curse has taken over him.
What?
Of course, it was a joke. He's gonna look up and say it's fine.
I like you. You're funny.
It was actually his second joke.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I did say one at it was at the cave, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. You're
What
a
was
funny
it?
guy. I like you. Whatever it was, I don't care. I'm dipping my head in that water.
No, you
Like
don't have to
the
purify it again.
Like the outlander I am. I know my head lice and everything from my afro all going inside there. That's just gross.
I only have some. Yeah, I definitely said I was drinking the water before he did that.
No, I'm just kidding, man. I ain't doing that. I'm going in and dipping my water skin in there and then I'll drink all the water in my water skin after I dip it.
Very nice.
Yeah. I'll do that as well.
All right, I want to try
And-
casting remove curse on one of the afflicted people. Who wants it?
Not
Let's roll
me.
for it.
If it works, I have enough for. I think there's 3 of us afflicted, right?
Yes.
Well, I'm thinking that's a disease, but if it's did the disease not work the last time? Was it poison you removed?
It was a disease that
I think I removed the poison.
yeah, he
from,
removed the
the
poison.
droid.
So it says you can either do
And,
one disease or one status effect, like poisoning.
Right, but remove curse is removing a curse.
Yeah, that's a
It's
different
a
spell.
different spell.
Yes.
So I want to know. I want to ask the DM if I eat some of this food before it gets bad, will that remove my level of exhaustion?
If you get as you guys are eating and stuff, yes, it does remove the exhaustion.
Yay!
Good.
Okay. Grexa follow suit and eat and drink.
All right, but just before I forget, Malden, you actually are going to be reduced 5 movement speed. Your leg isn't working quite as
Oh, bummer.
functionally as it used to be.
I'm falling
Can I-
apart.
Can I do cure wounds for that?
You can try.
But I did cure it yesterday.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, I'll try the remove curse on myself then.
All right. As you do, nothing really happens to you.
Ah, bummer.
Brutal.
So, oh, and just so you know, your leg is very swollen today, where you healed yourself, and it feels almost like an annoying pain, not completely painful, but you can definitely feel it.
Can Grex do a medicine check on that to see if he can determine if it's natural diseased or if it happens to be something outside the realm and natural?
All right, go right ahead if it's okay with.
Oh,
Malden.
sure.
I actually have detect poison and disease, so
All right, so if you want to cast that, you can.
I think that'd be better than just doing a medicine check.
Yeah, let me just see what detect poison to disease does. You can sense the present.
I need a U leaf actually, so I guess not.
That is unfortunate.
Don't you cast through your cleric focus
Oh wait,
thing?
yeah. Wait, doesn't my druid focus take the place of materials?
Yes.
Oh well then, I will cast it using my my quarterstaff. My quarterstaff is my focus.
All right, very
So
nice. So,
yeah.
okay, you detect that you are poisoned, and that there
I'm not
is
poisoned, right? At the
not
disease.
poisoned, diseased.
Yeah.
You have a disease, and Malden has a very similar disease, but it is slightly different.
Okay. So it says you also identify the kind of poison or disease.
All right.
So I don't know how much more information you'd be able to give us for that.
Yours would be more of a You both have a degenerative disease, one that will be eating away at you.
Okay.
But yours is more severe than his.
Okay.
I mean, sorry, man.
Well, now I'm not going to tell you.
All right. So, Grex, would you like to give me a medicine roll?
14 plus 6, I believe it is. 20.
All right. So as you start lifting up his pant leg, you almost are disgusted because you see where the flesh was before. You see that it is inflamed. You see that it's almost like there's something in it trying to push the flesh open.
All right. He'll explain that to his cleric compatriot and say, "You have something that's crawling, almost like a worm or."
So is it like moving, like there's something
So
in
it's
there, or?
not moving, but it looks like it is like you can definitely feel something like a lot of pressure inside your leg.
And Grex will say, "Hold, if you don't mind, then you hold there. I'll pull out one of my daggers and I'll open it on up, and we can see what it is.
I
Maybe
think I
relieve
might
the
mind.
pressure."
I might mind you putting your dagger into my leg.
Well, now that we know this is a disease, can we use the lesser restoration to end the disease?
I'm gonna say no. It's a little bit too strong for lesser restoration.
All right. All right. Actually, I am leaning towards cutting open my foot to make sure that, because other living things inside my body, that doesn't sound good.
No, it does not.
Let's aim it away from everybody so that if it splatters, it doesn't land on anybody.
I hide underneath the bed.
All right. So, with your leg out in the early hours of the night, Rex, you
Let's hope that smell doesn't attract more of these people.
yeah.
Oh, we do got vinegar that we can pour on into it and use as a mild disinfectant.
I'm not sure that vinegar's a good choice.
Probably not. It's been
That
tainted.
particular vinegar.
Yeah. So, Grex, as you start to put the point of your dagger into it, and
I bite down on a stick.
What?
I bite down on a stick.
You start dragging it across his leg. By the way, you take a point of damage from this initially, but then as you drag it across his leg, you see just almost pushed out, almost relieved the pressure. You just see some of the thickest pus you have ever seen ooze out of his leg. Almost like where he would have regrown muscle, he has instead grown pus.
Okay. We still have some of that good water.
It made like 30 gallons of it or something, so we should.
Okay, well, let's try to clean it with that purified water. And then Grex will rewrap. We'll go ahead and wrap it with a combat patch style.
All right. So just so you know, you are going to have to kind of definitely like try to push it all out, and then are you going to just kind of pour water into there, or are you going to actually kind of like with the rag clean it out?
Well, it depends on how much pain that our good cleric can withstand. We're just going to drench it on out to flush it.
Yeah, I think you want to touch it as little as possible.
Can you burn it?
I can produce flame.
We can leave that up to our druid if he wants to be burned.
You mean the cleric? But
Yes, cleric. Sorry.
well, let's see what it looks like after we try washing it out with water first.
All right. So basically, you just kind of like push the outsides to get as much out, but you're not going to kind of go in to clean it.
Well, we're going to flush it with water, hopefully to push out as much, besides the fact of manually trying to melt the pus.
The druid will go in there. The druid will get inside that. He's not going to care how much it hurts. He knows that this is not something that needs to be left to chance. He's got to get it. We got to get everything out.
Okay. So as you are reaching in, are you just going to do a bare hand or just a rag?
I'll tear a small piece off of my robe at the bottom.
Okay, so you are thoroughly cleaning, and just so you know, this hurts like hell. You take an additional 3 points of damage. And Zune, can I have a medicine check from you?
Ooh, that's a good roll. 22.
All right. You are. By the way, this is a good time to get good rolls. So you are able to clean out thoroughly all of the pus, and then you see that it is actually starting to bleed now that the pus is gone.
Good. Blood's a good sign. So I'm gonna tell Grax, pour a little bit more water on it.
And then burn it.
Or cast a cure wound spell.
I will leave that up to you guys.
Grexa asked Willow if she could check and see if in the kitchen.
Pardon, I did not understand you. You were lagging.
I was going to say, Grex would ask Willow if she could check, see if there's some salt out in the kitchen and maybe some lard.
Malta,
I guess I can do that.
Salt's probably not the best idea.
Always work good on my hogs. Things
That's where the character's medicine knowledge is much better than mine.
So can I roll medicine to see if cure wounds will help this?
I'll just give it to you. Cure wounds did not help last time. It might reflare if you just do it again.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to look at him.
Back to the fire.
I'm going to look at him, and I'm going to say this is going to hurt a lot. But we do this one time, and that'll be the end of it.
Normally I'm the one who's cauterizing the wounds, but all right.
Okay, so I'm going to cast Produce Flame, and I'm going to hold my hand right over it, and you'll just see this flame. It's not really a whole flame. It's like my hand kind of glows, and I press it against the skin, and I'm essentially just kind of rubbing my hand over it, and it's cauterizing the wound with my hand.
All right. Can I have you roll damage for the Produce Flame? I think it's
damage from 8. So
I'm biting all the way through my stick.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Today is not a good day to be
Produce flame is 1d8. This increases to 2d8 at level 5, so I'm sorry. If this is necessary. 8 damage.
Oh, wow. That max damage, though.
That was 2d8, so I rolled a 7 and a 1.
Oh, wow. Okay, I thought you were doing first level, but yes, so...
Well, it doesn't.
No, it is. No, produce flame is a cantrip.
It just automatically does more damage when you're higher level, unless the DM wants to say that you can choose to do less.
You know what? I will let you decide, but you have to re-roll your damage.
That's fine. It says it's a ranged spell attack if I use it, but obviously it's right on his skin. But the hit, it takes 1d8 fire damage, and it's increased to 2d8 at 5th level. So if it's okay, I'd rather use just one, because I'm kind of controlling it.
Yes, so basically it's not like you're going all out. You've basically at 5th level you are so skilled you can do extra damage, but you can still kind of hold back a little bit.
Yeah. I'm just okay. So I'll roll 1. So 2 damage is the new
Much
roll.
better.
That is a lot better than 8. Okay, and then on your next Constitution check for tomorrow, you will not have disadvantage on it as well.
Yay.
I'm going to look at him. I'm going to say sorry, but that was necessary. And then I'm going to continue to, I'll rip another section of my robe off and kind of wrap it around the wound to keep it from being in the open.
Am I the only one who's been bit so far?
Yes, actually, you have.
Yeah, right.
Graxa goes over to our monk and casts Lesser Restoration on him for his disease.
Okay, so you are no longer reduced 5 HP.
And that leaves him 1/3 level spell left.
Alrighty.
Thank you, sir.
Second level spell, rather, not third.
So, is there anything else, or are you guys going to go out and check on the old man and possibly offer some of your food and water?
Well, certainly if we have leftover food and water, we should offer it to him and his sons if they're nearby.
Yeah, we should do that. And then Zune is also going to say we really need to make it to Aeronoth.
Yeah, sticking around here isn't going to help.
No.
Yes. So, as you go into the living room...
Actually, Zune will be the one to deliver him the food.
Okay.
Since he's like kind of comfortable with me already. So I'll take him whatever we have left. Probably maybe a jug of water, a mug of water, or whatever we have to give. I'll scoop some out.
Okay,
take it out.
so as you approach him, you see that he looks deathly weak. You see that he is rocking even slower now. You see that his head isn't held up as high. It's almost crooked down a little bit, almost like it's now gone towards the floor.
Well, I'll walk over. I'll place my hand on his shoulder. I'll place the plate on his lap, slowly and gently. I'll put my hand on his shoulder, and then I'll hand him the mug with the other hand. And I'll tell him, drink this, and, hopefully the food will help you with your strength. And then I'll say, thank you for letting us rest, and good luck, I guess.
He takes the food and takes the mug, and as you hand it over to him, you see it kind of drops down to the floor. You see that he is too weak to even hold a mug now. And you hear him sigh and say, well, I hope you can make it. And you see him give you a look, almost seems like a very sad look, but still almost like this is the last person he is going to truly look at and appreciate?
Well, I'll return his gaze, look at him, respectfully, with dignity, and I'll say, we will do our best to make sure that your death is not in vain. And I will use my scimitar and gently put him down.
All right. So without any fight, as you slice into him, you don't even really feel any resistance, or you don't feel his body shake at all. You just hear his last breath tape from his lungs.
So, Zune doesn't really care much for other people, but a tear falls from his cheek. And he wipes off his scimitar, puts it back in its scabbard, and with his head lowered, he turns away and comes back to his party, leaving the food on his lap.
All right. So now you guys have a decision. Are you going to continue out towards Ellenroth, or are you going to go back to town? Are you going to go try to find the boys, see if they're still in the barn, or what?
I lean towards running to Elleroth.
Me too.
Ellenroth, right? Yeah, Ellenroth.
I back up the group's decision. This is all wasteland now at this point. Let the judgment take it and head on to a town that we may be able to make some saving grace.
All right. So what doorway are you going to go out of?
The back door.
All right. So as you are all leaving the back door to move to Ellenroth and the Starry Night, you notice, well, I'm going to take a guess that Zune is leading the way. In your dark vision, you see that there is someone leaning against the house, just sitting there.
So I'll stop. How far out did I make it? Am I just the first one right out the door, and everybody's still inside behind me?
So basically, you have opened the door, and then you took a step out, and your head is out. So basically, you have a foot, a hand, and you're looking outside, and you just see her out of your peripheral.
Okay, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to tell, using my hands behind me, I'm going to kind of do like, want to put my hand up like one of these to get everybody to stop. And I will slowly take a step towards her and say, hello?
You see, she looks weak, but she looks up to you and says, "Oh, you came out. Thank you." You notice that this is the same woman that bit the cleric when he healed her.
Uh-oh.
You see that she has been following you tirelessly.
Why have you been following us?
Food. I need food.
So I'm going to turn around. I'm going to tell Malden, give me a plate.
Sure.
I keep my eye on that woman. I know how crafty she is.
Yeah, do it from a distance.
Well, nobody knows who it is, so.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So unless Zune invited you guys out, or you guys were like, "Oh, who's out here?" You wouldn't really know. But so as you hand her the plate, she takes it, and as it goes into her hand, you see that it kind of drops a little bit, but she brings it next to her and starts eating the food. And she smiles at you and says, "Thank you. This is... Wow, thank you. It's actual food. Something to eat."
Yeah, I'm gonna stay facing her, and then I'm gonna just kind of watch her for a second. making sure that she stays preoccupied with the food. I'm going to turn back into the door and I'm going to whisper and I'm going to point behind me and I'm going to say, just run. And telling the party to run out the door and just to keep going so they don't pay attention to her, and hopefully she won't pay attention to them.
All right. So what do you guys do?
Well, I guess I'll follow his directions.
Wait. Yeah. All right. What is it? Wait. What are you saying, Willow? You're hungry?
Yes.
Billy fell in a well?
Well, we had some food. Did you not eat?
Nope, I did not. I actually missed it.
Well, I made enough food for 15 people, so
Yes. So there's.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Yeah.
I would just stuff my face while we're walking.
so far we fed 6, not counting Willow.
Yes. So you are able to even put some into the bag, into your bag, so you can walk away.
Yeah.
Now, if we want, I could spend another 3rd and 1st level spell to do that again and closer to town and maybe help those people last a little bit longer.
Screw those people. No, we cannot afford to waste time backtracking.
I agree, actually.
Finally, the sounds of scents from the battlefield rings out. Rex will move across, looking at the druid, looking at what he's looking at with his dark vision, and move out with the rest of the party, eyeing her.
So, as you guys are walking away, she looks at all of you, but she continues to eat. But Zune, are you staying behind, or are you going to leave after they all went?
As soon as they're all out the door, I'm going to tell her, there's more food inside. All right? Stop following us. Eat until your heart's content.
And
then I'm going to turn and join the party on the way.
All right, but as you walk away, she continues to eat, but with a full mouth, she says, "Oh, thank you, but I had to say this. The healing man tasted better than this."
Of course you did.
Well, you can't eat him, and you're free to eat this. So take what you're given and be grateful.
So after she eats, she gets up and continues on inside.
Smart
Good.
move.
Since it's dark, I would hold on to the monk so I don't trip or walk against anything.
Hey, we're
the
both
monk can't see either.
we're both blind here, sister. We're blind.
But you can see it's dim light. It's dim lighted with all of the stars and everything.
No.
Plus, I have dark vision, so I can maintain the lead with my dark vision.
Yes.
I light a torch.
All right. So as you light the torch, you see someone actually standing in the field right next, about 35 feet away from you.
Uh-huh.
And can I have a perception check from you guys, just to kind of get a look at them before they could see you?
Huh.
25.
24.
All right. So anyone with 15 or over,
Yep, I
and
got a
you look
19.
out, you actually see that this person does not move. It is actually just a scarecrow.
Oh.
Good. So we all look at each other and shrug it off like we know that it's nothing. Continue moving.
We roll well when it doesn't really matter.
I don't trust it.
Yes.
I'm walking up to that scarecrow.
Beat it up.
Leave it to the melee combat guy to get close.
Yep. I don't trust it at all. Well, I go up about 20 feet from it because that's the extent of my torchlight.
Yes.
And
you see, hay poking out of the neck hole and everything.
yeah, I'm
Set him on fire.
gonna whip out a dart, and I'm gonna throw a dart at the scarecrow.
All right, you hear a very nice thud as it hits the hay.
It doesn't move.
Actually, it does, but that's a reaction from the dart.
Man, I'm awesome. Okay, so I go over there and
Way,
grab my
way to
dart.
kill that scarecrow.
That's right. With that, like, I turn back to them when they're all looking at me like I'm a moron. I'm just like, what? You don't know? That thing might be animated or something.
We haven't
Oh,
got time.
All right, I'll add one scarecrow to the experience list.
I'll tell you right now. I'm used to scarecrows with Spencer. This is out of character knowledge. We had a good scarecrow adventure.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking 8th level monk, he's probably seen his fair share of nasty shit on the road, so he doesn't take anything for granted.
As a safe assumption. All right, so you guys are going to be taking off to Ellenroth.
Yes.
All right, so it is just a day's travel. So as you are walking through the fields, you don't see anyone else until you start going towards the forest. As you start going towards the forest and towards the road that leads to Ellenroth, you actually do see a person. You see that they are laying there. You see that they have sores all around their body. You see that this is a person that tried to escape.
Is it obvious they're dead?
Yes. With your night vision, dark vision, you do not see anything move around them.
Can I check for loot or anything that they might have been carrying?
Something
Yes.
shiny?
You see
I'll keep an eye
that
out for anything shiny.
he had about 5 copper and 2 silver.
Okay.
But
Robin is dead.
Willow, you see something that catches your eyes once the torchlight comes up. There's a glint on his wrist.
I instantly crawl up to him and investigate what that is.
All right, you see that it is a silver chain hanging on his wrist.
I look around to the party and like, do you mind if I take it? It's pretty.
Whatever, you skis.
Zune's gonna look at you, shrug his shoulders. He's not gonna care.
Okay, I take it.
All
I
right.
suppose he ain't gonna use it.
All right. So, as you are walking upon the path to Ellenroth, what do you guys do? Do you guys have someone out ahead scouting? Do you have someone in the forest, kind of being stealthy and scouting in the forest as well, or what?
I think the ranger with the dark vision.
How's the talking about the forest and like that? Does it still look healthy, or is it withered?
It is many miles until you start seeing a healthy forest.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
as dawn breaks, you start seeing life returning to the forest.
okay.
And as you continue on, but first, is anyone going to do anything?
I wanted to go through the forest, but I can't see. I would rely on what I hear.
All right, and okay, so as you are walking away from the forest, from the path, you
Cool
are able to
stuff.
see with dim lights.
Okay.
As you continue walking on, all of you.
I will actually go with her.
All right, very nice. So we have the decoy path, and then the real party. But anyways,
Grex would take the lead while it's dark, so the with his dark vision, he can keep the rest
Wait,
of
no.
the party track in parallel.
This is perfect. We've got the monk and the cleric walking in the path, and then the druid, ranger, and rogue off in the woods, right?
No, the ranger's over with the monk and the cleric.
Oh,
Wait,
okay.
so let me guess. Let me get this straight. You're going to be You're going to be ahead of them, just out of torchlight.
Yep.
Okay, very well. Sounds
Okay.
good.
So there's you on your own in front, the monk and the cleric in the back, and then me and the rogue in the woods.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. So she can stay close with me since I have the dark vision.
All right. So as you continue on, you start seeing that there's more life here. The end of the blight. You have reached the end of the range of the blight.
For now.
You notice that this alone has taken about 8 hours to get through.
Wow.
Okay.
But
And
I'm
this
thinking that the disease just hasn't caught this section yet. It'll probably spread to this area at some point.
Well, the ravens have to fly over, and then I think the wolf shows up.
Yeah, they said it was a week, so we have at least another week before that takes place here.
Cool.
Grax will be looking for some mistletoe while he's going on through.
All right. As you are walking on later on, you'll be able to find a little bit. But as far as the transition, you see that this looks almost like normal woods. It just like it hasn't been affected by anything.
Good.
Can I find catnip?
No, not quite yet. Like you might find a little bit of it, but not enough to truly use.
Anybody might be able to see that Zune's attitude changes immediately as he enters healthy forest life.
It wouldn't happen to be the tears of joy.
He's not crying. He's just the sense of life is kind of reassuring him that there still is healthy life there. So it makes him feel better.
Yes. Okay, so now that you guys are in healthier parts, you continue on walking towards Ellenroth. It's about 6:37 in the morning, so the sun is just breaking, and then almost out of nowhere, you notice the forest instantly changes. After just about half an hour, maybe an hour's walk more, you see that the forest just seems now filled with life, like it's just flourishing, just blooming with growth.
Oh my goodness.
This would be the bounty.
We're hitting
So
the
we're
climax.
near. Yeah.
Look for ravens.
Look for the wolf.
Well, I think we need to kill the ravens rather
Yeah.
than the wolf. Because the old guy said the ravens mark the territory or something like that.
They
What
bring
it
they
is
carry
The ravens.
life.
The ravens bring.
mark the evil, and then the ones that are marked by the ravens are to leave to be the payment. So those that are evil will be marked, and then they are expected to be pushed out of town to be the payment for the famine wolf. So the famine wolf gives you all this bountiful food and growth, but then all he expects in payments is for the wicked to be purged from the town. So the good will continue to flourish without being hindered by drought or by the wicked.
By evil, yeah.
So, and the ravens mark those that are wicked. They will follow them around.
Do we see any?
you do not see any ravens. But something that does trouble you is that you see a flower, a purple flower that almost looks like is in the shape of almost like a wolf's head, where it has a little bit of, on top it looks like it has a piece for ears, a little bit bent for the jaw, and then you see at the bottom it almost looks like it has a petal for the snout.
Yeah.
This is a flower that you don't see anywhere in the world.
Does it look like an orchid because they have like, those?
I am not educated in enough to know.
Shame on you.
Can I roll a nature check to see if I would recognize this?
Go right ahead.
Oh, that is, I think, a 25. Yep. No. 23.
All right. So, with that roll, you are able to determine that the only time you've ever seen this was when you were in the woods right before the blight just destroyed everything. That was the only time you've ever seen it before, and before you thought nothing really of it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Zune is gonna recall that, and he's gonna say, I know this. The last time I saw this was right before death spread across the forest.
All
We
right.
have to find this wolf.
Or we should persuade the people in the town to hand over the wicked.
But
Sounds more fair.
But have they been marked yet?
Well, there's no ravens,
And they haven't been marked.
or there's no evil.
If we can prevent them from being marked, then there's none to give to the wolf.
Or we wouldn't have the chance to know who is wicked, and it's over.
If we kill the ravens, then the wicked ones can't be marked, and then the famine wolf will do his damage. So,
Exactly.
if we wait until they're marked, we bring out the wicked on our own, or we could just destroy the famine wolf and let life be as life is. In its natural state.
See, I like to play games where there's a lot of philosophy.
Yeah, the famine wolf this just doesn't seem natural to me.
Or it is the most natural thing, maintaining, because it destroys some wicked people that influence the good, or something.
Yeah, it kills a lot of animals and plants in the process, though. What's the point of that?
But only because the humans are stupid. If they would hand out the wicked, then it wouldn't do that, right?
So it's the squirrels' fault that the evil people...
Yeah, are you going to spend your life going to every village, convincing these people to hand over their wicked?
No, it's not something that bothers me. I don't live in villages.
Well, I live in the world, and I'm not going to tolerate decay like this forest that we just left. I can't allow that. Which means I will not allow the chance for people to make that happen. Therefore, I have to destroy this famine wolf.
Crex has injected, well, let's make it easy. We'll blame the humans for because of their greed and their evil and the corruption that they have. We'll kill the phantom wolf and we'll kill the ravens. Kill them all.
And let God sort them out.
Simple enough. So, what are you guys doing? You're going to continue on to Ellenroth. It's the start of dawn. Well, it's a few hours into dawn by the time this happens.
Yes.
All right. So, now you are all able to find different plant lives. Can I have nature checks on anyone that is going to be looking for plants?
Well, this is Zune's bread and butter. And that's going to be a... Well, unfortunately, it's only a 12 for him.
Yeah, I have a 12 as well.
Zune is
Greg
getting bread but
has
not
a-
butter.
Yeah.
Rex has a 16, and he's looking for the mistletoe.
Grex, you are able to find your mistletoe. What was it that Zune was looking for?
I think it was you.
Okay, then yes, you can find a little bit of you, not too much, maybe enough to cast the spell once or twice.
I don't even remember what spell it was that I needed it
Nor do
for.
I think
And
it
that was detect poison or disease.
Detect,
yes.
yeah, that's what it was. Detect poison and disease, yeah.
Well,
Well,
you as a tree, so if you're going to find it, unless it's like a tiny sapling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know plants, but you are able to find, if you would like, I mean, you do have your focus. But as far as catnip, it's a little bit more rare, but you do find a little bit of it. You are able to find a couple of days worth.
Okay, I take it.
About 3 or 4 days worth. So, from the point where you started, oh, and by the way, our Outlanders and Druids and Rangers, you are more than able to find food for the entire party. So, you continue on walking down this path towards Ellenroth, and from the point that you see the forest start to just bloom and flourish, you see, after 8 hours of walking, the same distance it took from going from the town to the end of the Blight, you see the town of Ellenroth. And as you approach, you see that it is surrounded by a high fenced gate, almost like they took pikes and just made a gate of them.
A gate of pikes.
Yes.
Okay.
And on the other side of the gate, you see a tower jutting up from the town. Almost seems like it might be on the other side of the town, maybe outside of the gates. But something that disturbs you is that as you are looking on the evening sun, you see that there are ravens just circling this tower.
Shoot him down.
They are well over 1,000 feet away.
All right. My spells don't have that much of a range.
Now, we need to move on up.
So basically, you're going to approach the town.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So as you approach the town, you see kind of burnt into the wood is the name Ellenroth. And is there anyone that thinks they might have been traveling this path before that might know something about Ellenroth?
I think Zune might have. He's traveled a lot in his life.
All right.
He may have come across here at some point.
Okay, and anyone that is, what is it, a scholar? I think is the background. Can also make a history check with Zune.
I am neither of those.
Yeah, do they have like any trade goods, like, I don't know, jewelry or something like that?
Yes. Oh, Sage, that's what it is. Yes, so I guess Willow would know since she is a trader as well. So she can make history.
What? History, okay.
That's I rolled a 16 for history.
All right. So with a 16, and Willow can just Give me hers when she gets it. Lay 16, you know that Ellenroth was the name of the founding people, of the founding family. That this was that the soil here was very fruitful with life and was easy to grow upon. And once they started their town, they discovered that there were dwarves that they can trade metal for metal goods with, not too far away.
Hmm.
Okay, I rolled a 14, so I don't get any more.
Yes, you do not know much more. Well, I guess as a trader, you would know that this town is renowned for trading out its agriculture for different things that it needs, or even luxuries. It is a lot of the wealthy here kind of splurge as they will on luxurious things, such as jewelry.
So what's this tower that they're flying around?
It looks like it is a older tower. It almost looks like maybe a watchtower. As you look, as you're a little bit closer, it is clear that it is on the other side of the town, most likely within the forest itself. You're guessing that this was probably built apart from the town.
And the ravens are hanging out there.
Yes, and as you are looking in, you see a man, a beggar, sitting by one of the buildings, a drink in his hand, and then sitting beside him is a raven.
Oh, there's one.
Hey, the raven says you're evil.
All right. Well, so are you going to walk in to go talk to him? Because from that distance, you would really need to yell.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess we'll I'll get closer then.
All right. So as you start to enter the town, let me just make a roll real quick. Okay. So you see someone, a guard, actually kind of leaning up against a kind of a post. You see that he is just sitting there, leaning against it with a drink in his hand. You see that he drinks a very big gulp and then stands up and kind of stumbles towards you and says, You listen here. What are you doing here?
We're here to get rid of the ravens.
The ravens, why? What ravens? And you see he starts looking around for a raven.
We think they're hurting the town.
No, hurting the town. No, I'm a guard. Nothing hurts the town.
Seems like drunk guards would hurt the town.
You're a drunk. You're a shameful element of the town's protector.
Don't you know it's a time for celebration.
What are we celebrating?
The forests, the food.
Don't you know Doom's on your doorstep?
What is on the doorstep?
Doom.
Doom. And you see he kind of gives you a look and says, No.
The plague is coming.
I'm going to look at Jack.
Right.
I'm going to look at Jack and tell Jack, you thirsty?
I slap my staff down next to this guy and tell him he is a disgrace to all drunks everywhere. You get your ass up and start guarding this town. You don't know what's coming, son.
Jack, you better take that drink from him.
I bet you I should, huh? All right.
I want to celebrate food.
Hey, so I call that Willow chick over. I'm like, hey, yo, come here.
Yeah, I hop over to him.
Give me some of that booze, and I'll make it worth your while. I got some money. But I don't want to pay their price. I'll pay your price. I'm sure it'll be cheaper for me, won't it?
So the guard's looking at you like, you want booze?
I'm looking at the guard. I'm like, you need to get off your ass and start doing your job, son.
Does he have like some kind of wine flask on him, like on his belt or something, that
Um,
I could sleight of hand him off?
can I have a perception roll if you're going to be looking for one?
Oh, can't you just use my passive perception?
Sure.
It's 18.
All right. Sorry, it's just that I was not given everyone's passive perceptions and ACs. So you see behind him what looks to be a post that he was leaning on was actually a keg.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I would grab the water skin from Jack, and I will kind of like stumble around that guard and dip like the water skin in that keg thing.
And the guard looks at you as you do that and he says, yeah, take some.
Yeah.
Of
So,
course.
well, I apologize for that. I thought we would have to do some sleight of hand work there. I didn't know that, I could just walk right up there with my own wineskin. I would have done that myself. I don't mean to make you look like you're
Yeah,
my
but
servant.
she holds like your wineskin thing and holds like her hand out. So
Okay,
she wants
thanks.
the payment.
Oh, of course she does. All right. So I give her 4 silver pieces. How's that?
Fine for the first time. When you find some catnip, I want 2 bags.
What? Lady, you one strange chick. You know that?
Well, you don't need to talk to me if you don't want to.
Nah, you're all right. You're cool, but you're strange as hell. I don't know about you.
She was a cat that's probably morphed into a human or whatever she is.
Wait, am I just learning this now?
Or are you believing me?
No. I mean, well, maybe. No, he's got a really high wisdom. He wouldn't believe you about that. He'd be
Her
like,
last
"No."
name is Catkin.
Okay, well, whatever. I'm drunk, 'cause it doesn't matter now. So,
All right.
so do all the guards look slack like this?
You don't see any others besides him. And
I'll ask.
Willow, you know that when you come to town here, you don't really. They just say, "Hey, what's in the carriage?" or ask what you're carrying, and then let you on your way.
Oh, don't worry. They don't care for anything.
Well, I'll ask him, where are your guards, bud?
They're. You want a drink?
Man, you need to get it together. Tell me where your guards are.
I am a guard.
Where's the rest of them?
Maybe off duty or guarded.
Where's your captain?
Hey, don't make me slap you around, sucker.
And you see he puts his hand on his hilt of his sword, but then kind of it falls off. And he says, "Look, the captain's. It's evening. Captain off. Maybe tavern."
I'm going to try and use my scimitar and kill the bird.
All right, so you're going to run up to it.
Well, no, I'm just assuming that I'm kind of in the vicinity, and I kind of want to move up. Like, we're all within just a couple feet of the guy, right?
You could use a crossbow.
Well,
A crossbow,
the
sorry.
homeless man, the beggar, is about 50 feet away from it.
Dude.
Oh, okay.
Some random kid's like, Mommy, why is he chasing that birdie around?
Okay, I thought the bird was like right next to him.
Oh no!
You got some wacko druid out there in friggin' hippie pants just chasing around some bird with a big ass sword. The little kid on the porch like, Mommy, what's he doing? That's just funny, man.
Well, in that case, I will use I don't have the stats for that crossbow.
It
Do I
is.
even have any bolts for the crossbow?
You don't need
No.
any, I think.
Here, do you want to make an Arcana check?
Yes, I would love to. I can't believe I didn't think of doing that before.
Yes.
Actually, while they're talking to this guy, can I use detect magic?
Yes, it detects magic. And we'll say conjuration as the school.
Okay. So, do I know that? Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and make that Arcana check too then. Arcana is going to be 16.
Okay. You're guessing that you pull it back, and well, you remember you just saw them pulling it back and pulling the trigger, and it's shooting out that white ray.
Okay. So I'm gonna kneel down and kind of rest the crossbow on my arm and aim it at the raven.
All right. Make an attack, and then add a bonus of +2.
Am I adding my own dexterity to that too, right? Because it's
Yes.
Okay.
I want to aid him. I want to aid him on his attack. Can I do that?
We'll say, well, it's attack, so I'll say no. But I don't know if druids are proficient with that.
With crossbows?
I'm not sure.
Well, aid him. I don't think that you.
No, they're not proficient. Long sword, short sword, long bow, short bow.
No. So, yeah, so you don't add your proficiency bonus, but you add your dex and the +2 bonus.
Okay. So my dex is +2. So it'd be +4 total. Come on. Oh, not good enough. That is ultimately a 9. I rolled a 5.
Okay, so you let loose, and those of you that are talking to the guard, you see the guard is just utterly shocked, like. So then you hear a thud as it hits the building next to the raven, and the raven, seeing this, actually starts to fly away.
No, dinner. There it goes.
Can I take a quick shot with my short bow then?
Yes.
Okay. Because it was my first time using the crossbow, so I wasn't very good at it. And so with my short bow, that is 13, 18 to hit.
Okay, you roll damage. I think it's a d6 plus dex.
1d6 plus dex.
Sorry, I have dogs running around.
That is going to be 4 damage.
Okay, so as you shoot it, you see that you hit it directly on, but then you see that it starts to drop behind one of the buildings. But as you're following its descent, you kind of are a little bit proud. You know, yeah, I hit it. I hit it well. So then as you look back at the beggar, you notice that now there's about 3 ravens around him. One of them even resting, sitting on top of his shoulder.
Oh.
Grax would go up to the beggar.
And he looks up to you and says, "Hi, friend. What are you doing here?"
Well, we're traveling through and we've seen some terrible things, but you look in an area in need. Could you use some food or some drink?
And he kind of lifts up a mug and says, "Oh, I have enough drink. I'm fine for tonight. Yeah. Tomorrow I'll take you up on that."
How about if I give you a silver and maybe you can take care of yourself and any family you have?
And he smiles and says, "Very, very well. I'll take your silver.
Are these birds yours?
These birds? Oh no, they just came today.
They did they?
Yes.
Have they been bothering you?
Oh no, but you see, he holds his hand out, kind of expecting the silver.
Well, Grex had given the silver into his bowl.
All right. So he kind of grabs and puts it in his bag and says, "Well, no, they're not bothering me. They're just chilling out. You know, just enjoying it."
You know, I heard a story once that ravens hang out with people who are evil. Are you evil?
No, but are you gonna give me a silver?
Just for answering a question? That's evil.
Well, no, you said you would give me a silver.
Oh, I'll give him a silver.
You didn't say you could give him a silver. Grex will say. Grex will say, "I said I'd give him a silver, and I already did.
He looks up and he says, "You're gonna give me a silver?"
I already did.
No, you
Dropped it in your bowl. Are you
It's not in
from
my
here?
bowl. And he looks and he says, "Yeah, see, it's not here."
Are you from here? Beggar?
Um, yes, yeah, I am.
You are.
So can I do like a medicine check or something? Or this guy like is he just plain drunk or is there some other like effect?
It's
All right,
just a greedy
how are you
bastard.
doing?
Maybe medicine or
Yeah, how
arcana
are you doing?
or I don't know. I
How do you
guess
do insight?
yeah. Oh, insight. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Zune is getting very impatient with this
That's
guy.
probably better for me.
But as far as the garden, Jackie points you towards a tavern called Elenos Cask.
I only rolled a 12 on the insight.
It is clear as day that he's just trying to get every copper, silver, even a gold piece that he can.
Oh, you guys are so oblivious.
Enlighten us, please.
You can just give your silver to me and not to some random guy sitting here in the tower.
Ah. Keep it in the
And
family.
he says, "Wait, I could use silver." And he points at Grex. He says, "You said you would give me a silver."
You got all the silver from
Can
me.
I fetch those 2 silver pieces back with sleight of hand?
They are in his pocket, so
Yeah.
yeah,
And
it would be one hell of a feat to do it without him really noticing.
I'm not saying not noticing. I'm just saying if I can take them back.
Go right ahead.
Okay.
So you're trying to do it with him noticing. You're just trying to like go.
Yeah, wait. Sleight of hand would be 19. I can roll a stealth check if you want. I got plus
If
10
you
on that.
want to try to stealth it, you can, but disadvantage since he is blatantly staring at you.
Fine, that is okay.
Unless I poke him in the eyes, then he won't be staring at
So
you.
disadvantage would be 16.
Ain't gonna
All
do
right,
that.
so you put your so you take it out of his pocket. So, but then he
So
will
only the 2 pieces we gave him, not like random pieces.
Yeah. Yes, but as you are taking those 2 out, you accidentally grab another coin, and you notice what you actually grabbed was a silver and 2 gold.
No, I don't want the 2 gold.
So as you put them back, you feel that this man's pocket is just filled with coin.
Wait.
Okay.
You don't want gold?
I just take the 2 silver pieces. I'm not taking the gold. And I toss them to Grex and forgot the name of the cleric. I'm sorry. Malden.
Yes.
And then I just stand in front of him. You're one greedy bastard. You know that.
and you see him look at you and he says, "Hey, I don't tell you how to live your life."
He's got a point there. You do live kind of a strange life.
So we all.
Then
We all do.
Zune's gonna
Yeah.
step in and he's
But
gonna
you
say,
know,
I've had enough. Zune says he's had enough of this.
his pockets are filled with gold. How can that be?
Yeah, I earned that. Yeah, I don't need this. So you see him start to get up and start walking.
So, did we get his name?
No, you did not.
Hey, what's your name?
Zune's gonna grab his shoulder and push him back down.
Now those ravens, what are they doing while we're?
They kind of just backed away from you and they're just watching. You now notice that there's about 5 of them.
About 5 of them. Okay.
Yeah.
They're eyeing you. They're thinking about flying around you next.
Yeah, you're one of them.
Grex will swing at him with his bow.
With your bow?
Yep.
All right, make an attack roll.
Swinging at the birds.
Yep.
Oh, I thought the guy was like, no, don't kill him.
Yeah, I thought you were going for the guy too. I was like, wow, we're really going this way.
No. 16 plus 9, 20, 25.
All right, so you are able to smack one of them. The others are able to fly away. The one that you hit, you feel almost like his wing break, and he drops to the ground in front of you.
All right.
Zune's gonna step in and try and pick it up.
The raven will take 10 points of damage.
All right, so yes, you have snapped its wing. You see that it is choking and is trying to just hobble. And you see that it is dying quickly, almost like you broke its neck. So Zune, you pick it up.
Yeah. I pick it up and I'm gonna see if I could speak with it at all.
All right, but I need you to make a dexterity check.
Dexterity check. Oh man, I'm buying new dice. That's a 7.
All right, so this I now need you to make a Constitution check.
All right. Well, my Constitution is down by 2, so 16.
All right, so you, as you pick it up, you feel its wings are kind of like have something on them. But then, as you can feel the bird die in your arms, you
Okay.
see that it just poof into a dark blue mist. And you see that the mist just starts to envelop you. And you take 9 damage from. You take 9 poison damage.
9 poison damage.
Yes.
So I'm poisoned again then, right?
No, you are not. You
No. Okay.
succeed the Constitution. And then you see the man look at you all, and seeing this, a bird just turned to. You see him start to back up, and he starts heading down an alleyway, frightened.
Well, he deserves to be followed by those ravens.
Where's the rest of the ravens?
You see them start to just fly away in random directions.
So Zune is going to say, I say we wait for this wolf. Well, actually, no. It's going to be a week before he comes.
Yes. Well, this was the first day, so after today is 6 days.
Okay. maybe if we kill the rest of these birds, he'll come early. Or we can try and find him. But he has to die.
Or even if we just kill as many birds as we can, it'll do less damage when he does come.
I don't think that would work like that.
Well, what do you think?
I think we should maybe kill those wicked people.
Just go kill those wicked people. There's a difference.
Okay, then let's kill this guard right now.
No.
Well,
Wait, wait, wait.
there are ways that people won't notice, maybe, but I don't think killing those strangely magical birds will help.
Well, I asked the cleric if he can you sense evil?
It's probably another spell that I'd have to learn the next day. But even if the wolf is supposedly only targeting evil creatures or people, he's affecting the good ones too, because they're all getting drunk and letting themselves go. So that's not really good either.
How is the wolf letting the others get drunk?
Well, so far, we have only met 2 people in this town, but they're both drunk.
Well,
I mean,
they're both. You could say they're both scammers too. They're because the one's cheating the community by being a drunk guard, the other is cheating the community by misrepresenting himself as a down and out, and yet has means. So.
Wait, we've met 2 people?
Yes,
Yes.
the guard and the beggar.
Oh.
Did the guard have any ravens flying around him?
No, he did not.
Wait, I'm confused. The first person we walked up on was the beggar, right?
No, you
That had
saw
the
the beggar. The guard was hidden behind the gate.
Okay. And the guard was the drunk one that was trying to get money.
No,
No,
the
that was the beggar.
was the drunk one getting money. The guard was also drunk, but he kind of just checked on you guys and then like, yep, go on.
Oh. So the guard was watching us as we killed that bird.
Yes. But he just seems completely oblivious to it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not worried about the guard then. Is the beggar still there?
No, he ran off. Seeing what you just did to that bird, he ran off.
With his pockets full of gold.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Zune, he says, this wolf, he's what brings destruction to the world. There's no way we can convince all the humans to always give up their wicked. The only way we can prevent the death and destruction of the land is to rid the world of this wolf.
Yeah, killing these
I
people
agree.
probably ain't gonna help that.
Yeah. Okay. All right, but then I think that we are going to call that as the session. Unless any of you would like to do anything else.
Seems like a good stopping point.
I agree.
All right. All right. Well, thanks everyone that watches. And we will be back with a part 3.
Thanks.
Yeah.